Step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Earth's a flat plane, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Jaron said it first, now I'm chasing the truth. First wanna know, is he shilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Like a Home Depot. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the fight. With this line, Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah.
Is like a Home Depot. What's going on? Welcome to the show. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Throw it on over to Discord. There's not too many in Discord, but there's whatever is in Discord. What's up, whatever?
What's up? Yeah, I'm here. I'm loyal.
It's not a case of loyalty.
I'm kidding.
Summertime blues. Not everyone, but we got a few people on vacation. It's getting around that time. I think the sun's getting to everyone. Too much vitamin D.
Well, it's a good time too, because summer for us is starting to get to that point where it's coming to a close and it'll be fall.
That's my time.
You got to get in where you can fit it in.
That's my time. That's where I thrive, in the fall. By far, not even close. My absolute favorite time of the year. Not even close. Love the fall. Love it. Wish it would get here tomorrow. I had enough, but I'm one of those ones that about had enough of that heat. Starting to get to me. Older I get. I was out there Saturday. Man, 96 degrees. Got out there real early, and it was okay. And I was in the wood line, so it's a little cooler in the wood line. But then it came out, the sun started hitting me. I said, this ain't feel. I don't feel right. It started taking its toll on me a little bit. Got a little sunburn, but that's not that was never usually a big deal. It was so intense. Yeah. Drinking plenty of fluids, too, still took its effect on me. I could feel it. I said, and then we got in the truck, got in the air conditioning. I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Then I started feeling a whole lot better. So, I don't know. I guess it's a little bit of age creeping up on me. Never used to bother me that much, but now it does. Well, I'm glad we got that all cleared up.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad because I'm telling Booger to cry to get whatever's in his eye out, and I don't think it's so weird coming out of my mouth because I don't tell him to cry. I'm only telling him that it might help him if he cries.
Yeah, to get it because he's got something in there and he won't let you look.
He won't let me near it. He keeps freaking out.
Oh man, doesn't he trust you?
That's what I keep asking him. I'm like, aren't you supposed to like trust me? Because I would never hurt you, but he is who he is, you know. He ain't got no reason not to trust me, but he's freaked out about anybody touching his eyes.
Yeah, he's probably a little sensitive about it. The eye's very, very sensitive subject, so I guess I can understand that. And it hurts like the dickens when you got something in there, or it irritates you to death, right? You're like, what the sounds? I got something in there, but where is it? You're over in the mirror, pulling, one side up, pulling one side of your face down. Let me see what's in. Then your eyes get blurry.
He won't even touch his own eyes. That's another problem. Like, so he won't go through that process. He's just touching the corner of his eye and he's rubbing it raw. It's red.
Yeah, you don't want to rub. That's what you don't want to do. Listen up, bugger. Don't be rubbing that eye. You're going to make it worse. Yep, then you got to
I'm telling him to force it open and then blink, like, even though you can't really blink when you force your eye open, but make that motion and whatever's in there will force its way out. He's done that a few times, but I think whatever, if something was in his eye, it might be out now, but it scratched it.
Yeah, right, exactly. That comes about through rubbing it. You got to have somebody.
You are correct.
You got to have somebody force your eye open and spray some saline in there. That's not.
Yeah, Booger's not going to do that.
Yeah, he's not. That's not happening. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have it done to me either, man. There's just something about it, man. I start to get uneasy in my chair. You know what I'm saying? Like at the dentist.
Yep. It's funny because our other little one is getting picked up from public school she went back to public school instead of being homeschooled still this year because she wanted to. And she's being picked up right now because she's got to go to the dentist.
That's right. It's the dent. Yeah. It's just like that dentist chair. They start telling you what they're doing. You don't need to tell me. Just go ahead and do what you need to do. I don't want to see the needle with the Novocaine. I don't want to see it. Just keep it below, right? I'm looking up at the light. That's a weird feeling, by the way. Then you slobber all over yourself for the next 3 hours.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. You can't feel. And then when it starts to wear off, it wears off in like little sections and stuff of your face. And it's the one that was totally numb, now you can feel it a little bit, but it's bifurcated because right beside it, it's numb. That is weird. Yeah. We all been there. All right, so shout out to Adam. He's on vacation. Shout out to Betty, taking care of her responsibilities. Betty's doing fine, by the way, if anyone was wanting to know. I talk to her constantly. So,
definitely. I'm glad to know she's doing well.
Yeah, she's doing fine. She's still her same ornery self. Taking pot shots.
Ornery.
Yeah, she likes to take pot shots. She never used to do that back in the day. Taking pot shots. She ain't ready. She don't got her deflector shields up because they come right back at her. It's fun. We had a lot of fun with that. All right, so what are we going to do today? Something passed my desk yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? Whatever. And I said, oh, Danny boy. He's probably out there listening, and that's what he usually does. He sneaks around in the shadows like a weaselly worm that he is. But anyway, it came across my desk, and I said, you know what? That's something good for the show. I already had some thumbnails from back in the day. I said, shout out to Betty. I'll just pick one of them. There's another one that says, shut up, Neil, on the side instead of Adam gets stuffed.
Where's Neil?
I don't know.
And Brian?
Brian's sleeping. That boy, he's sleeping. And thank the Lord. So we're going to get on with the festivities. Now, if this isn't good, I don't know. I hadn't listened to it. If it's not good, we'll just move on to something else. Fair?
Fair.
Fair. So this is Danny Faulkner. We're in the land of Misfit toys, ladies and gentlemen, and this fits perfectly with Danny Faulkner. Land of Misfit toys, Earth Awakening server. This is where all the Misfit pretender clown flat earthers ended up, along with an amalgamation of anti-flat earthers that got their asses tore to pieces for years. This is where they all ended up. They're either in there right now or have frequented recently. You're going to see some in there. I'm going to tell you. But this is from New Perspective. Somebody gave me the lowdown, gave me the intel that New Perspective listens to these 12-hour streams, and he pulls out snippets out of them. So that's what I signed up for. He not only does it with this channel, but other channels. And that's why it came across my desk. And I said, oh, Danny Faulkner, he's going to fit right in over here in the land of Misfit toys. Because they're enablers. One, they're pretender clown flat earthers, every single one of them, that also got their asses tore up by Nathan and crew. They have the leader. What the hell? I can't even remember his name. He might pop up in here. I don't know. Let's see. Shane and Toby. He's an ether, right? Sin Cleanser. What is going on here? Because he used to be in the Flat Earth server all the time. I don't know. This might get weird. But anyway, Danny should feel right at home. Danny will piss down their back and tell them it's raining and everything will be okay. So let's see. Danny Faulkner talks TCT with Beast, whoever. I don't know who that is. Or is that Beasticles? That's another pretender clown idiot. Shane and Toby, like I said, Shane is Etherite. TCT. What is that? The Celestial Theodolite or so? That's probably what it is. Yeah, because that has to be it. They're all about the Celestial Theodolite over here, right? That's their number one flat Earth proof, I think. I don't know. We went over it when it first came out and laughed at them. But that would fit. That would definitely fit here. Anyone know why? The Celestial Theodolite and all the anti-flat earthers over here? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to forecast this. Because of refraction. You see, Earth Awakenings with the pretender clown flat earthers over here, they don't understand what refraction is, and the ballers and anti-flat earthers been saying refraction, 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 over and over again. It's a Jedi mind trick. Every one of these pretender clowns that refraction actually exists. They ain't the only ones either. Earth Awakening's not the only one. Now it's politics 24/7. Doing the same thing. After I've taught them for years and taught everyone, flat earthers. Hello? For years, they're on my channel, step by step. ABC 1, 2, 3 about refraction. Years and years and years and years. That doesn't affect them. They've been Jedi mind tricked. The ballers will Jedi mind trick them. Just say refraction a bunch of times in a row, and then, yep, I guess that is refraction. That's where we're at. That's where we're at these days, people. So I more or less could tell where this is going to go. But I've predicted wrong before. Not that many times. But let's see where this goes. Like I said, right off the bat, you got die slow. No thing doesn't mean the same thing as nothing over here. This moron that's got his ass ripped up, pretender clown flat earther, etherite, brain dead idiot over here. Here you go. He's standing right here. Then you got J-Ace, anti-flat earther. I've torn him to shreds over the years, over in 24/7. This was some years ago. I don't think he's been over there for a while. He's taken up course here. So he can get away with it over here. So he thinks he's some kind of scientific god, right? I've ripped him to shreds so many times, his mother doesn't even recognize him. With little effort, by the way. But you're bound to see, I'm sure you're bound to see, like I said, a good plenty of pretender clown flat earthers and anti-flat earthers in the enabling server. The Hanoi Jane with their fearless leader. He used to be in 24/7 all the time. What the hell is his name? I can't remember his name. I'll think about it. When I remember it, he might pop in here and I'll stop it. But here we go. If you don't hear it, Flatsy, make sure you say something.
If it's gonna obscure the apparent location of things due to refraction, then
When I tell it didn't take 5 seconds. Due to refraction, die slow. What's refraction? You friggin' glue sniffer. That's what I said, folks.
it's not going to be just even keeled across the board. You're going to have variations and differences, right?
Yeah, but
Variations and differences in what?
Which is gonna make that Big Dipper, right? That specific constellation look contorted. It's not.
So refraction's gonna make the Big Dipper look contorted, ladies and gentlemen. From Mr. No thing doesn't mean nothing. That's where we're at. We are. I have to admit, this is mind-numbing nonsense before 2016, and they're still doing it. Still doing it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say.
Not going to look as you know it to look. I've never seen the Big Dipper not looking as I know it to look.
All right, can I say two things? First
There
of all,
he is. There's the leader of the land of misfit toys, Geo Clown. That's the leader over there. Like I said, he was in 24/7 before he got his ass ripped up there and then started his own server. Yep. Hanoi Jane.
I think Danny was trying to get in. So if you wanted to, Danny, you can go ahead. I know you were trying to get in.
Yeah, Danny.
And then also, I'm posting the video.
Yeah, Danny wanted to get in. We got to let Danny have the microphone. He's an astronomer.
This is time-stamped right when Angling Alchemy brought up the Celestial Theodolite to MC Toon.
There you go, Celestial Theodolite. Yep.
And so I think I found the part. So if anyone, just so you guys, if anyone wants reference to what we're referring to, it was last night MC Toon was in here. And so that should be time-stamped around.
Oh, MC Toon frequents the land of misfit toys. He fits right in. I was reading this J.A.'s Knuckle Dragger, and Alchemy didn't do himself any favors. Somebody must be named Alchemy. Like when you claim to understand science better than scientists, yet can't solve a basic triangle. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This glue sniffer J.A.'s in here thinks solving a triangle is science. So what else did he say here? And it'll make you say yes. Snell's law. Listen to this. Snell's law is just an application of the stationary action principle. Now, Snell's law is the law of refraction, you idiot. Stationary action. Oh my God. Let's continue.
Where angling alchemy started, when he brought up the celestial theodolite, and then I came in a little bit after that, and we had a whole, like, I don't know, maybe 30, 45-minute discussion on it. So just for reference, if anyone wants to see it. And I think, Danny, if you were trying to get in as well, those are the two things I was going to say.
Well, earlier somebody said that.
Oh, Danny, you actually speak. This idiot for years in 24/7 would just go in there, and in FED would just go into the VCs and not say a word. That's how much of a weasel-ass worm coward this dude is. And a dumbass. What's acceleration, Danny?
Atmospheric refraction was less at night, and that's not.
Here we go. Atmospheric refraction right out the gate. Is anyone going to challenge that? Let's see.
That's not true. It's about the same day and night.
Atmospheric refraction is about the same day and night. Danny, atmosphere, that's a contradiction in terms. Atmo means air. Air is a gas. Sphere is a shape. Gases have no inherent shape. You would literally fail first grade intro to gas behavior. You want me to get Christy Bodak out here to let you know that? Fucking clown.
Yeah, technically it's the temperature variant, right? It's a temperature difference.
Temperature difference. Temperature. Put temperature in a jar and paint it red. And what does that have to do with refraction? And what is refraction, by the way, pure rigor, whoever this clown is?
And I think you're confusing it with terrestrial refraction.
Oh, now we got atmospheric refraction, and then Danny introduces terrestrial refraction. Then we're going to have tomato glue sniffing refraction. What's next? Retard refraction, Danny?
Terrestrial refraction occurs in layers very close to the ground.
It occurs close to the ground. Really? Can you define atmospheric refraction and then define terrestrial refraction? And let's see what the difference is. Paradoxical refraction. What a fucking dingus.
Ground. But atmospheric refraction is through all the layers of the air above.
Atmospheric refraction is all the layers above. What? What the? Oh boy. All right, let's check this out. Let's go to refraction. Atmospheric layer. All the layers above. Where's the refraction game at? Let's see. From the subject matter expert, Andrew Thomas Young, San Diego State University. Likewise, the atmosphere, the paradox, doesn't contain separate layers of different refractive index. Ladies and gentlemen, they're not even parroting what their pseudoscience priests tell them what refraction is. They just say refraction and just make shit up. That's all they do. What is Danny talking about here? He's going up against the quote unquote expert in refraction. I don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. But he'll be allowed to continue on. Let's just keep this up here. I'll keep this in the hopper. Probably use it again.
Which the light from astronomical bodies must pass. And that is due to changing density and temperature.
Changing density and pressure. Really? So that's what refraction is due to. Density and pressure. I'm glad I kept that up. Go go in here. Calculating atmospheric. Uh-oh. Was that at the end? Okay. This is Snell's law. This is one from Wiki. They're all the same. I got it from Physics Classroom, Britannica. They're all the same, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it doesn't matter. Snell's law, also known as Snell-Descartes law and the law of refraction, is a formula used to describe the relationship between the angles of incidence and refraction. You can see that down here in the diagram, ladies and gentlemen. When referring to light or other waves, light's not a wave, by the way, but I digress, passing through a boundary between two different isotropic media. Here's the formula right here. Can you show me where density and pressure is in this formula? Yeah, it's not there. He's just making shit up. It's as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen.
In the air above. And that stays relatively constant day and night. A lot of people don't know this, but if you go 200 feet up, I'll see on the...
Why don't you fix your microphone, glue sniffer? You'd figure, as a doctor in astronomy, that you would have a squared away mic. Yeah, at least that.
Air too much from
He's row button, jacked up microphone, idiot.
Noon to just before dawn. It's the same temperature, just about.
Where's temperature in Snell's formula? I didn't see it there.
Because you don't get a lot of ground cooling and heating affecting the air.
Well, what would it matter anyway? What does that have to do with refraction? Danny, what is refraction? Can you define it?
Up there. So the air above us, all the way up, is pretty stable. So atmospheric refraction.
The air all the way up to where? You can't have up on a globetard. You can only have in and out. There is no up in your paradox, in your atmosphere.
It is constant. Furthermore, I think in this discussion, you're assuming that atmospheric refraction is far greater than it is. It's a...
Who's assuming that? Who's assuming? Oh, you're talking about the land of misfit toys. I got you. Let me turn this. I can't even hear him. Try that.
About a half degree on the horizon. But if you
you're going to have a problem with that. How do you have a horizon on a globetard? That's the question. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is slope a dopus idiot. That's it. He's finished. He'll be embarrassed in front of everyone. Is that going to happen here? Probably not.
Two stars close together down near the horizon. They're going to be
Can't have a horizon on a globetard.
refracted by about the same amount. And
Everything's getting refracted, ladies and gentlemen. If you would have brought up invisible leprechauns as the deciding factor in this matter, it would be more relevant. Yeah. You need two different isotropic media. You see, this is water, this is air. They have two different refractive indices. And what happens is the light gets refracted at the boundary. Boundary. There are no boundaries in gases. It's just as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I've taught on it for years, ever since 2016. But no one listens. They just whistle past the graveyard. Now, I don't blame the globetards, the idiot anti-flat earthers for doing this. I don't blame them. I blame the pretender clown flat earthers that put up with this shit. I don't even know why they put up. What are they doing? Can somebody please tell me? I don't get it.
And you're not going to be able to see that with the eye very well. Now, in a lot of work I do, we take photographs of small star fields all night through a large telescope. Well,
Yeah, you're a pseudoscientist. You just look at stars and make shit up. That's all you are. That
medium telescope. And
that's important. The medium telescope, that's very important. What's the aperture size? What color is the chair that you sit on?
it tracks very well with the mount. But throughout the night, as the altitude of the stars change, we have to tweak the pointing of the telescope largely because of atmospheric refraction.
Really? What's atmospheric refraction? Of course, atmospheric is a paradox, and you don't know what refraction is. Can you demonstrate this to everyone? Who can demonstrate atmospheric refraction? First, define those two monkeys, and then demonstrate it, so everyone can understand what you're talking about. Okay? Let's try that. Now we got Jeremy. Don't know what happened to him. I mean, he was squared away back in the day, but I don't know. So, can somebody please tell me? What is he, a conscientious objector now or something? Too many paint chips from the 70s, huh, Jeremy?
It's greater because you get lower in the sky, and it's 0 at the zenith.
Jeremy's not saying anything. He's got his mic open, and he's just interrupting Danny. But Danny's mic is so powerful he can overcome it.
But Danny, real quick, hold on. Couldn't we have aren't constellations pretty big in degrees? So couldn't you have one that's like a lot of degrees apart, or no? Like, what's a big constellation that was that?
Well, Orion would be one that you might notice.
Why are we talking about constellations? And pretty big in degrees, what does that mean? Nothing. And they're all taking place in the second law of thermodynamics violation, ladies and gentlemen. But let's just whistle past that because we're the land of misfit toys. We're going to allow you to piss down our back and tell us it's raining all week.
And if you looked at some of the brighter stars, their positions vertically might differ by 5, 6, 7 degrees.
From what? What does that mean? Differ 5, 6, 7 degrees from what?
But one of them down to the horizon, its position is going to be...
Can't have horizons on a globetard. Paradox.
To be refracted by...
There we go again. This is going to be a long day.
Close to a ½ degree, and the one above it...
Yeah, Jeremy, that's refracted by a ½ degree. Then you know.
It's going to be refracted by maybe a quarter of a degree.
No, now it's refracted by a quarter, ½ degree, you know, Jeremy.
And I don't think you're not going to see that to the eye. It's just not going to show up.
Danny said you're not going to see that to the eye. Makes perfect sense.
Hold on.
Here's another moron over here, Daza. He's a recent ass ripper-upper in politics server before they banned me over there. I used to just terrorize. Look at this guy talking shit about me. He's even bringing me up. See what he says. Absolutely. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bit self-involved. J.A. Snell's law is just an application. Oh, that's that one we read earlier. The dumbass shit he said, the stationary action principle. That makes perfect sense. Daza, but QE said we need a boundary for refraction. No, I didn't say that. Your alma mater wiki said that. Physics classroom said that. You see that? Boundary right there, Daza, you moron. Yeah, for refraction. Yeah, see the diagram? You have a diagram for these idiots. They still don't get it. That's Britannica in Snell's law in crossing boundary or surface. See in their diagram along with the formula they give you. So QE doesn't say that. Everyone who knows what Snell's law and refraction says that. What an absolute ass clown you are. I'm even tearing your ass up. I'm not even in there.
Jeremy, I wanted to say something. So,
it's bound to be stupid. No thing is not the same thing as nothing.
That constellation approaches the horizon, we should see a change within the stars.
Huh? What?
Configuration between each other.
We should see a change in the configuration of the stars down at the horizon that the ballers can't have. But you'll give it to them because you're a dumbass.
So if you're going to use Orion, then as that first star that gets closest to the horizon should have a noticeable difference in separation to the
Why? What are you talking about?
next star, and so on and so forth.
You're seriously overestimating the effect of the refraction. It's very
The effect of refraction, what's the cause? What is the cause of refraction? What is the Yes, sir.
What the guy there is saying.
Oh, it's Brian. Yeah, hold on a second. You didn't even say hello. I didn't even know you were in here.
I didn't want to interrupt. You were busy doing what you're doing. I was enjoying it.
Oh, go ahead, Brian. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Yeah, what he's saying actually is interesting because if there's a constellation and it appears to be getting close to the horizon, then if you take what Faulkner is saying as fact, then that constellation should not stay a constant in its configuration. As in, the ones closer to the horizon should start lifting up, mutating the constellation, if you understand what I mean.
I got you. Oh, I think, okay.
Yeah. That's all. Thank you.
He could have said it a little better than that. I'm just disgusted. Why is he even saying anything? Shouldn't he be correcting Danny on what refraction is?
Listen, there's about 1 million times I would have come in there on what Faulkner was saying. He wouldn't have got a sentence in.
Yep.
Without a sentence in there, without me, or obviously you, obviously more than me, but me after you.
yeah. It wouldn't be nice. But he's in the land of misfit toys where anything goes. It's probably Danny's happy place.
very small. As I said, on the horizon, it's about a ½ degree. You get up a few degrees, I have to calculate it, but it's...
You get up a few degrees. Up? Up from what?
It's a bit less than that. And you're just not going to see that with the naked eye. Furthermore, you have what's called the
naked eye. This is a family show.
The moon effect, the moon illusion. When Orion...
The moon effect and the moon illusion? What the hell is that? Anyone? First time I've heard it. Anyone heard that dumb shit before? What's the moon illusion? I've never heard of it.
No clue.
No clue, right? Yep.
The constellations are low in the sky. They look much larger than they really are.
Really? Well, that's a compare and contrast. Show it. Even though his claim is utterly meaningless, it's directionless drivel to a nothing burger. But since he said it, let's see it. Prove that.
Oh, I think he means when the moon is as close to the horizon, it seems larger.
No, don't do. You see, Brian and Adam's infecting you. He didn't say that.
True.
He was very specific. The moon illusion. So go ahead and look that up.
Photograph them. They're not going to look any larger in the photograph because the camera's not fooled, but our human eyes are.
The camera's not fooled, but the human eyes are. Show.
I've seen this thousands of times.
Well, we haven't. We haven't seen it once. So show and then give your description on what's going on.
So how in the world you can see the real minimal effect of differential atmospheric refraction?
Now we have differential atmospheric refraction. We have a differential paradox of invisible leprechauns. That's what he just said.
Pause a second.
Yeah, it's possible.
He just said, thank you. He just said a moment ago, before he wrote the differential refraction nonsense, he said that we could see the moon illusion, the thing he's describing, right? But we can't photograph it. Now, that makes absolutely zero sense. That's a total and utter lie. He's saying that there because the effects that he's trying to claim we would see with the celestial bodies, we don't see. And the proof of that is nobody saw it or ever photographed it. Basically, he's saying you're going to see something but not photograph it. Sorry.
Yes, that's what he's. Yeah, I got it.
Something but not photograph.
I got you the third time.
Sorry.
Hey, we don't want it bigger. Take it smaller.
Given what's called the moon illusion, you're just not going
He's back to the moon illusion again.
to see that with the naked eye. You've got to take photographs and do some very detailed comparisons to see this.
To see this. Well, show. There, sin cleanser.
Can I interject real quick?
What are you going to interject with? What happened to sin cleanser? Anyone know? I realize he's here, but I remember him. We tore his ass up a few times. I didn't think it was anything major though, but I haven't seen him since. Anyone? Okay.
Nope.
I am.
Danny,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Just saying I haven't seen him. That's all.
Did he convert? I mean, he's over here in Earth Awakenings or Land of Misfit Toys. Did he convert to a pretender clown flat earther? Or was he ever a flat earther?
No idea.
Yeah.
I don't think you're considering the eye in this, because you said degrees. What do you mean? Degrees of what?
I'm talking about the angular separation between the stars.
I understand that, but when we say degrees, we're talking about degrees of change, right?
What? What do you mean degrees of change? No, he's talking about the angle between the distant the stars. You look up in the sky, one star's here, other stars over there. There's an angle between them. Sin cleanser. I mean, it's utterly meaningless, but that's what he's saying. That's what Danny's saying.
No, I'm talking. Well, if you draw a line to one star and a line to the other star, then it's the angle between those two lines.
And
if you need that explained to you, you might be a redneck.
it's something that you see with your eye, right? Degrees.
And we can also measure that as well.
Yeah, but you measure them in degrees of what your
Degrees in your eye. What?
eye sees, correct?
Oh, no, they're
this is getting creepy.
Danny Faulkner just said, we can also measure that as well. It's like, yes, Danny, we're talking about degrees here. You're trying to add in something to make yourself sound more technical.
Yep.
The degrees is the measurement. You don't have anything other than that.
Yeah,
that is it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
You lawyer.
He's a numpty.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's numpty, man, Danny.
measured in.
Well, that's why I said
it's a you stuttering fool.
It's not a standard. It's an angle, as you have any angle. It's not a special angle. It's the same kind of angle you would encounter in trigonometry or geometry class. It's an angle.
It's not a math problem.
Something that you haven't attended, obviously, Danny. Define elevation angle, Danny, with citation, please.
It's not a mathematics problem. You have to realize that when they say degrees, they're talking about degrees of change within the eye.
What?
And that's
what is going on here? It sounds very, very stupid. I might have to fast forward here, but let's see where it goes.
The magic of
360 degrees in a circle.
Correct. That's why the eye is the degrees of change from which we measure what we see.
What?
what you're saying.
That's fair.
I don't know what you're saying either, Sin, but
I'm saying
I got a
you're not
question.
understanding that your eye is how we see things. And
Ladies and gentlemen, the land of misfit toys. Shocking.
your eye is also refracting the light that we see.
Yeah, there's actual refraction going on there. You know why? Bet you don't.
You see what I see?
Okay, real quick, I got a question.
Oh, no.
So, Danny, you said that terrestrial refraction incorporates...
What's terrestrial refraction, Beasticles? Why don't you define it? Instead of letting him beg the question. Because terrestrial refraction, atmospheric paradoxical refraction, celestial refraction, invisible three-tone gnome refraction. Can somebody please define refraction for everyone? Especially the audience, so they have a clue on what you're talking about? I mean, you're doing this for an audience, correct? Did you forget about that?
Incorporates the variables of temperature and pressure, right? And the different...
Where's temperature? Here we go. Temperatures and pressure. Let's go to the formulas there, but it's small. Let's get the formula again. Here it is. Where's temperature and pressure in this formula? Brian, is temperature and pressure in here? I don't see it.
No, not part of refraction.
Nope.
Part of Snell's law.
Nope. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know.
Differences between those, and that affects like the variables in the formula, right?
That affects the variables in the formula. So temperature and pressure affect the variables in the formula. Where? Not in the definition. This is from physics classroom. There's the formula right there. Don't see temperature and pressure anywhere. Do you?
No, it's not there. These people tend to continually mix up what we could describe as an optical mutation of something with refraction. Because you see something optically mutated, as Adam said, this is not verbatim how Adam described it, but if you see something optically mutated, that doesn't instantly mean it's refracted. For something to be refracted, it's a very specific thing.
Yep. Ever since
a spoon into a half glass of water. Sorry.
No, I've been teaching on this since 2016, Brian. Lengthy presentations and NVCs going 1, 2, 3 ABC with visuals like this and everything to flat earthers for years. This just doesn't affect them. Has no effect.
No, they don't want to learn.
And so the anti-flat earthers, now, like I said, it's the land of misfit toys, and now the land of misfit toys have been doing it all the time, but now it's 24/7 also. Politics, what the fuck? 24/7 politics doing the same, allowing the same thing. And guess where all the anti-flat earthers will go then? Once they're given refraction, refraction, that's the answer to everything. Yep, that's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
No, you skipped over the important part. Terrestrial refraction.
They're moron enablers. So Danny's going back to terrestrial refraction.
What's in the formula, right?
No, you skipped over the important part. Terrestrial.
He skipped over the important part. Terrestrial refraction what?
Refraction occurs when light is traveling through just the lowest layers of the atmosphere, a few hundred.
Lowest layers of the atmosphere. Do we have horizontal density gradients? density doesn't have anything to do with refraction to begin with, but I'll play. Do we have horizontal density gradients, Danny? You glue sniffer. Is he Irish?
Well, Faulkner is an Irish name, so yeah. Unfortunately.
Go ahead.
Can't deny him, unfortunately.
You have to deny your fellow countrymen.
No more.
Unfortunately, I can't.
I'm just asking, is temperature and pressure involved in that calculation?
There's temperature and pressure involved in the calculation. It's not here. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's not in a physics classroom. Let's see if it changes. Britannica. Nope. Same formula. Any other one? I don't know where this one comes from. Nope. Same formula. It's not in there. I don't see it. I don't know what the hell that looks like. A Gatling gun. That's what needs to be taken to the land of misfit toys, by the way. I don't know where that shit came from. Let's go to Wiki. Wiki, same formula. It's not in there. Sounds like you're just making shit up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Why? So how can you incorporate, like, what is part of the celestial refraction formula?
Now we got a celestial refraction formula. Where's the boundary there?
What variables are there, and how come there's so many different types of celestial refraction formulas?
It's the same variables involved. However, my point is that
what variables? Can you tell us what the variables are, Danny?
When you get above a couple hundred feet, the structure of the atmosphere does not change from day to night, really. The temperature and the temperature.
The structure of the paradox doesn't change, ladies and gentlemen.
Density and so forth are about the same all the way up. I mean,
so you got the same densities all the way. He's an idiot baltard. He just said there's the same density of air all the way up. Number one, you can't have up on a globetard. But I don't think that that's right. Even in your religion, that's antithetical to what they say. Did I hear that wrong? Let's try that again. Give it 2-5.
I don't think so.
Go ahead.
I'm saying I don't think so. I think he said that.
Let's see. I might have mistake. He might have stumbled.
A couple hundred feet, the structure of the atmosphere does not change from day to night, really. The temperature and temperature and density and so forth are
the temperature and temperature. Good job, Danny.
About the same all the way up. I mean, it changes as you go up, but it's not going to change throughout the day at different points. That's the difference between terrestrial and atmospheric refraction.
Oh, so there's a difference between terrestrial and atmospheric refraction. We're going to need somebody to define these monkeys.
He's telling noise again.
Yeah. I don't know what
within what they're claiming is or not.
Is there no atmosphere paradox close to the ground? Or does the ground cause refraction? Like the dirt?
The reflection off the soil.
He's just a moron, man. But he can get away with this shit over in the land of misfit toys.
But do you get my question, though, right? Like,
why don't you correct the horse shit that he just said? Well, no, we didn't get your... What's your question again?
If you have to take into consideration temperature and pressure and terrestrial...
No, we don't. It's not in the formula.
Refraction, right? Because it's near the horizon.
Can't have horizon on a globetard. There, pretender clown flat earther. Shouldn't that end the discussion? You'd think.
Then how come you're not taking temperature and pressure into account with celestial?
Well, because temperature and pressure is not in the formula. Like I said before, can you put temperature and/or pressure in a jar and paint it red? I don't think he knows what temperature and pressure are. I don't think any of these idiots know.
Refraction.
Oh, God.
It's from what I've seen, well, real quick, and then you can answer. But from what I've seen is that it's basically just empirical observations.
What? From what he's seen, it's just empirical observations. What's that? What is empirical observation? It's too bad Adam's not here. Adam, where are you? If you're listening, get your ass in here. Empirical observations. How about my alternator car? Is that what you mean? Composition fallacy, ladies and gentlemen. Empirical observations is moronic.
And that celestial refraction is basically...
What is celestial refraction? Did you see that in your empirical observations?
We added in as like a coefficient, depending...
Added in as a coefficient? Coefficient to what? What are you talking about?
On what angle you're viewing the sky at. And it's...
What on earth is this idiot talking about? Anyone?
Just the way you said that. It's like, what is this idiot talking?
I'm sorry, I have to expose you, my audience, to this nonsense, but my sincerest apologies.
It's basically like a fit formula.
Got.
Sorry, just the flat earthers do the same thing as the poles. There's no difference with most of them. Sorry, with most of them. They're trying to add in words and phrases to make something sound more sciencey, like empirical observations. Like a complete misnomer of a thing to say. Like just say when you observe something or an observation. You don't say empirical. What's a non-empirical observation?
No, he said he's.
Just what I mean.
No, he said he's seeing empirical observations.
That's worse again. Do you know what I mean? It's trying to add in some kind of validity to something that's just a very basic description of something.
Oh my goodness, man.
What angle you're viewing the sky at. And it's basically like a...
What if I was viewing the sky upside down? Would that change the angle I'm viewing the sky at? Blue sniffer.
A curved fit formula.
It is, because we don't have enough information. You're talking about many, many miles of air that it's going through. But my point is that as it comes down through that air, the density is going to increase as it goes down. The temperature is going to increase as you go down, and that is a fairly stable thing. But over the years,
Is that refraction? Show an example, then give us the definition of refraction, and then dovetail them and make some coherent sense out of that, Danny.
People have modeled this, and they've also made
these people have modeled what? Where's the models at? Danny doesn't know what a model is either. Not a scientific model, that's for sure. I'd wager he doesn't know what a friggin' airplane model is.
empirical observations.
Danny now has empirical. Let's go back. Observations. Beasticle's Jedi mind trick, Danny. What was that again, Danny?
But over the years, people have modeled this, and they've also made empirical observations.
People have made empirical observations.
And get a very good formula for atmospheric refraction.
They get a very good formula for it, ladies and gentlemen. They get the formula from empirical observations. What formula is that?
Refraction. And it's not nearly as variable as terrestrial refraction is.
You guys get that in the land of misfit toys. Any rebuttal?
That's interesting.
That's the rebuttal? That's interesting, huh? Hell of a rebuttal.
And again, somebody was asking, do we have any evidence of changing refraction? And again,
do you have any evidence of refraction in your fairy tale paradoxical atmosphere? We'd like to see that after you define it.
I've taken thousands and thousands of images in my research.
Millions and millions and mountains of evidence.
Work of stars, small
but
star
Danny,
field. They change.
The stars change. There goes his mic. Then you got Mr. No Thing, doesn't mean nothing, button in.
Because we're not pointing in the same direction starlight's coming, because the direction of the starlight has changed a little bit.
Has the direction of starlight changed? Can you show that? Changed from what?
But Danny, I preface that with it being negligible at best, and
What's negligible? Your intelligence. Yeah, we agree on that.
Supported that and saying that it's almost
what is it? That's what we want to know.
Merely detectable with the naked eye.
What's detectable with the naked eye? What are you talking about?
Let alone it's only changing half a degree at the furthest, at the furthest most drastic point being the horizon, dude. So
horizon can't have a horizon on a globe dart. Only half a degree. What's changing a half a degree? Can you see a half a degree with your eyes? Are your eyes calibrated? Who knows, ladies and gentlemen?
And you even said yourself it's zero at the zenith. So
I think but when you're asking about constellations changing shape, you were seriously overestimating the amount of refraction taking place. When I work with the stuff I'm working on, we're talking arc minutes of.
Arc minutes. That sounds sciencey.
Of refraction.
Pause a second.
He's got arc minutes of refraction. Yeah, you got to pause. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, if you go into the Nautical Almanac and you look at what they're claiming, like Danny is claiming, like when he needs to claim a load of terrestrial refraction or celestial refraction, like he throws it out there like to solve some issue that he can't solve. But then when someone points out that the implications of what he's claiming and what should happen to a constellation, he tries to say, it's negligible, you wouldn't see it. So if we wouldn't see it, then it's not there. Either is there or it's not there. Do you know what I mean? He's claiming it when he needs to claim it, and he's poo-pooing it when he needs to poo-poo it. He's actually been asked a pretty good question, strangely enough.
Yeah, all leading to a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Of nonsense. Paradox, atmosphere, terrestrial bullshit, and refraction. That doesn't exist in the
before you press.
Good.
Sorry, just before you press play, the celestial bodies, the stars, they don't meet the horizon ever. They get close to it and then they just go off out away in the distance. The sun and moon, well, the sun, I can't even say about the moon, but the sun appears to meet it, but it doesn't actually meet it. It's what they call the sun mirage. So it's based on the pre-assumption that these stars are going down behind a geometric globe's edge. I mean, that'd be one of the first things you'd be going, horizon, Danny, let's talk about that. No, let's go on and on and on about terrestrial non-refraction and maybe talk about celestial non-refraction and give Danny the impression that he's some kind of that we think he's some kind of an expert on something.
An oracle.
Yeah, an oracle.
Let's hear his oracleness on the horizon. What's that, Danny? What's the horizon? Can you define? I bet you couldn't even. I bet you couldn't do that. Guarantee you. I bet you get it wrong. Dipshit.
The eye can really see top quarter of an arc.
So
good mic there, Danny. Good mic. Good job.
Real good graduation though.
I got one more question for you, Danny.
Oh boy, is it about temperature and pressure that's in the refraction formula?
So you basically said the most extreme refraction.
Now we have extreme refraction. Who they parrot? Is this? Are you Ruhif? Mr. Definitions are meaningless. Where's that? I'll bet you that idiot's in here. I'll guarantee. I've seen him in here before. So that it's not a bet. I've seen him in here before.
Atmospheric refraction basically is about.
He's Jedi mind trick beasticles into thinking there's paradoxical refraction. Amazing. Good job, Danny. I bet you it didn't take much.
About a half a degree, and that's near the horizon, right?
Why can you have horizon on a globetard?
So, if someone were to invoke anything higher than 30 arc minutes of celestial refraction, would you?
Why would they invoke that? What's celestial refraction? Why would they need to invoke non-refraction celestially?
Do you consider that to be a little too much or suspicious?
We don't consider this suspicious at all.
If it's more than 30 minutes of arc, yeah, I would consider that rather large. And
30 minutes of arc? What's giving us 30 minutes of arc? What are you comparing it to? What the hell are you even talking about?
And are you talking about light coming right?
We don't know. Why don't you tell us, Danny?
In at the horizon.
So we got light coming in at the horizon. What? What are you even talking about, you babbling idiot?
Yeah, we're talking. Where I've seen that is basically 1 degree, off the horizon, or 1 degree, 2 degree off the horizon.
What? What are you talking about? 1 to 2 degrees off of what a globetard can't have, a horizon. What are you talking about, beasticles? Too many lead paint chips from the 70s as snacks, eh?
And what kind of how much refraction are you talking about seeing?
we just seeing refraction. That's it. Just refraction.
Well, in some cases, like Jesse, Path of Light has.
That's another winner. Jesse, Path of Light. We spent 2 hours. It was over 2 hours trying to discover if he knew what a hypothesis was, ladies and gentlemen. With Jesse, Path of Light. It's recorded. It's on Nathan's channel. Real winner there.
Claimed 47 arc minutes of celestial refraction for one of his observations.
What?
I said about a half degree, so that's within a tolerable range. It's a little high, but I might accept that. But
Danny will accept that. Danny accepts that, beasticles. That utter horseshit you just said. He accepts it.
Anything
he has
approaching a degree.
Who Danny has to accept it?
Yeah, because Jesse, Path of Light has put it out there. Who's on Danny's side? So he has to agree with it. Doesn't matter if it's 50 million minutes of degree. Danny has to go. No, that's within a tolerable range. Yeah. What is in a tolerable range of what?
Yeah.
There is no such thing. You know what I mean? It's terrestrial refraction. So it's Danny. Yeah, it's within a tolerable range. What is? No, you bullshitter. Sorry.
No. That's what I was saying. What the hell are you even talking about?
Yeah, I'm very skeptical.
Yeah, me too.
And it's got to be right on the horizon, because
what's got to be right on the horizon? What's on the horizon? You know, that thing you can't have on a globetard. What is that? What's it?
As you rise up a few degrees, it
now we're rising up a few degrees.
Decreases rapidly as you go up. It's the greatest refraction is at the lowest altitudes, and
the greatest refraction is at the lowest altitudes. Wouldn't the greatest refraction in their fairy tale, idiotic, moronic paradigm, wouldn't the greatest refraction being, or would be, like seeing an airplane at a 45-degree angle? Because you're looking up through different densities. So we should be seeing in their paradigm, they ain't even parroting their own paradigm, but in their actual own paradigm, the one that Andrew Thomas Young begawks about, wouldn't we be seeing like mirages of airplanes? Yes? No? Anyone out there?
See why not?
Yeah, but according to in their paradigm, what refraction actually means is the most refraction would be going on at looking at an airplane, like at a flight, and they're a pretty good distance up, let's say about 10, 20,000 feet, or if you could see me even higher, at a 45-degree angle, because you're looking through all their fairy tale densities in their atmosphere. That should be the most refraction. Funny, you never hear about that.
No.
And once you get
wonder why.
About 60 degrees.
Oh, because it's horse manure.
Even with large telescopes.
Jesus.
Interesting. Have you been paying
another interesting
attention to the celestial theodolite presentations or arguments?
Hello, Danny. Celestial theodolite.
Did we lose him, or am I?
Danny's been lost for years.
Yeah, you kind of broke up a little bit there.
I'm sorry. When that first blew on the scene, I looked at it. I have not really looked at it since then much.
For sure. I would definitely tune in next Monday if you get a chance. I would like to definitely have your thoughts and opinions on it.
Okay.
But that's all he would have is his opinion. He doesn't have anything else. It's purely subjective on anything, because Danny's an astronomer, a pseudoscientist by trade.
I saw Professor Parks just did a video on it.
Professor Parks! Another dumbass cracker. Just go on my channel, ladies and gentlemen, on treatments. You'll see hours and hours of just demolition of the moron Parks. It's going back a ways, too.
What did he say?
What did Professor Parks say?
Refraction. It was like
refraction. I heard somebody say refraction.
a short video, like an 8-minute video of him just like kind of sitting in his car. So it was just kind of a vlog style.
It was a vlog style. Oh, brother. Thanks, Gio Love.
He hasn't done a proper analysis on it. He just kind of stated his opinion.
We did a proper analysis on it.
About what it could be. I think he needs to take a proper look at it still.
It would be refracted to him.
I will tell you, the one impression I had when it first was blew on the internet a few months ago was I got the.
My God, Danny, your mic's an absolute dumpster fire.
Doing the atmospheric refraction of the light coming.
Atmospheric refraction doesn't exist. Atmosphere is a paradox. I already explained that, and you don't know what refraction is. And the actual refraction doesn't take place in air. Doesn't do it. Not a part of the formula. In fact, it's antithetical to the actual refraction formula.
Coming down to the I think it was obstructing. I think it was a building or something up on some elevation, mountain peak. And then I got the impression, I may be wrong about that, but I got the impression that they, from that point down to the lower elevation, they were applying atmospheric refraction a second time.
Who are they? What the hell are you even talking about?
And the problem with that would be that's.
He just comes popping back in again. He was probably talking because his mic's a train wreck and nothing was coming through.
Using the first refraction you're doing up on the mountain peak.
The first refraction. Who's doing the first refraction on the mountain peak?
You would be considering all the atmosphere above.
Atmosphere? That's paradox, Danny. You'd fail first grade intro to gas behavior.
But when you do the
literally, that's not hyperbole.
When you do the second refraction down to the lower level,
now we've got second refractions, like second breakfast.
Well, you should only consider the atmosphere between those two elevations.
OMG, dude.
Do the full atmospheric refraction all over again, because then you're overdoing it.
That is good to know, and I'm going to remember.
That's good to know. Make sure you remember that, Beasticles, glue sniffer, pretender clown, flat earther.
Remember you saying that.
Pause a sec. Thank you. What's the chances that not one of these people will bring up the fact that to do the measurement of the mountain requires parallel verticals?
Yep.
That means parallel zeniths and a horizontal distance between them.
Yep.
The only thing that matters.
Yep. And the elevation angle.
Well, yeah, but that's to do the measurements, which is the elevation angle. It requires two parallel verticals and a horizontal distance, which is the baseline of the adjacent of the elevation angle.
Yep. Yep, it's all over there. Yes. We already did this. Remember, we took apart their celestial theodolite, whistling past the graveyard morons? Yeah, we already did that. It was when it first came out, we stumbled upon it. What was his name? Dr. Heffron?
I can't remember his name.
Wasn't it Heffron or something like that? Ephron? Something.
I think you could be right there, yeah.
Yeah.
You could be right there, yeah.
Yep. Who wasn't a doctor in any science or anything. I think it was. I can remember laughing when we first heard it. I can't remember it specifically.
Yeah, sometimes some of these flat earthers, they'll throw out a doctor or something in front of them to impress the voters. That's what they're trying to do. Like, I mean, it has nothing to do about whether you're a doctor or not. It's got to do with the thing that you're doing and whether it's proves something or doesn't prove something. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Real quick, I must have missed last night. Angling went toe-to-toe with McToon on the celestial theodolite.
McBooger Eater, does he still think the sun's solid enough?
Have to listen to it.
Pretty much, yeah. Tuna DM'd me. He wanted to do a stream here.
I'm sure you got open lines of communication with him, Geolove. That doesn't surprise me.
And he wanted to call it Grill Tune.
Is there something wrong with your throat?
Which is kind of like the idea of people could kind of grill him.
Kind of like the idea of kind of like? Is everything just kind of like it? Or is it? Or just kind of?
One-on-one or whatever. So he was giving people...
Or whatever.
Like 15 minutes, I guess. So yeah.
You guess. This guy is an abject train wreck. Everything that comes out of his incoherent blowhole is nonsense. It's rambling idiocy. But there's Flat Earther. They're going to be leading the way. Good luck out there.
Yeah, Angling had his 15 minutes, and he asked Toon to Steelman the Celestial Theodolite.
What's this Steelman horse shit? It sounds like a derivative of Boy Zero Sky Grifter. He's definitely got his... Go ahead.
Oh, it's the opposite of a straw man. So when you straw man somebody, you're trying to steel man. You're actually trying to trying to get somebody to repeat your argument correctly because they don't know it.
Well, I know what a steel man is. I was wondering where they got it from.
Opposite of straw man.
Yeah, I'll say again, I know what a steel man is. I was wondering who popularized this horseshit because the only time I hear that is when I'm perusing the land of misfit toys.
Oh, gotcha. It was it's in the Orthodox circles. I think Jay Dyer was one that was saying that a lot.
Jay Dyer.
Yeah, he's Orthodox apologetics.
What?
That's pre-sub. He's the first one to be that I ever heard years ago used.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I think Boy Zero Skygrifter, Mr. Ping Pong Golf Ball, has popularized it again. I've heard it come out of his blowhole before, and he's definitely got an impact here.
Toon gave his best shot at it, which
Toon couldn't get a best shot at opening up a Cracker Jack box.
I didn't think was a very strong steel man, to say the least, but nonetheless, he did that. And then they went back and forth on it for a bit. And then when they were kind of finished, I jumped in for, I didn't
Gio loved to save the day.
Really like have like a 15 minutes, but that was like the longest I kind of went back and forth with Toon on it. So I went for like 20 30 minutes, and then it kind of tapered off into all these other things about angles to stars and all these other things as well. But yeah,
just other things and things about, and just other things.
The one I posted before it was like timestamped. I pinned it.
Was it like timestamped, or was it actually timestamped?
To this channel too, to the live stream one, so that's pinned like right when Angling asked him to steel man the celestial theodolite. But if you rewind back a little bit, you can hear the beginning of Angling as well. But yeah, we had like probably about an hour discussion on it in total.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
I heard that, dude. I heard you, and I heard Shire.
Who the hell? Shane St. Poopy. Yeah, he's one of the Witsit clowns.
I'm piping up, and I heard Angle and Alchemy take really good stabs at it and do really well. And I heard McToon try to struggle and dance out of it, and then try to talk to anyone else about anything else.
We like your attention to detail.
Pretty much, yeah. He kept trying to change the topic, and he changed it. He's like, well, because I gave that little example. I was like, so if you had two teams of people and you just gave the timing, the one team using the planar trig, the other team using whatever globe refraction.
Is there another kind other than plane trig? Define trigonometry, Geo Clown. There's no other trigonometry, you fucking doofus.
Refraction you want. Which one?
Whoa, I have to go back. See, they're giving him refraction. Geo Love, the leader of the Misfit Toys, just giving him refraction.
That little example is like, so if you had two teams of people and you just gave the timing, the one team using the planar trig, the other team using whatever globe refraction you want,
just whatever globe refraction you want, ladies and gentlemen, you could it's yours. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I just want to point out that he's given them a menu, a refraction menu to choose from. Any horse manure you want to use, walk away. Yeah. Disaster.
Which ones would actually be able to get the correct distance, to drive the correct distance? And he had nothing to say with that. The only thing he derailed after that, he was like, well,
to derive the correct distance to what? Huh?
What if we try to predict sunset times? Like
predict sunsets? Do I need to unpack that? I'm not going to.
Just jump to another topic.
He was like, well, using what you just said, what's the height of the star? Can I detract that way first? Well, first, Angle and Alchemy gave him a good steel man and, outlaid it. And then he was like, okay, next. And you were like, whoa. Hey, you were like, I don't think that was a fair representation. We should go back. And then you definitely gave him like the outline and pinned him to the
way to go, Geo. Way to be strong.
Corner. I thought it was great. I thought that he was like, I don't know, Jesse and Ruhik took care of it already. I don't have to deal with this. That was pretty much his answer.
Yeah. Well, he kind of cut off Angling because he had his little 15-minute thing. He kind of cut off Angling. That's the thing. He was like, all right, Angling, see you later. We're done. And I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, can we have a bit of an open discussion? Even he said no to that. And I was like, well, we just did it anyways. It was funny.
Yeah.
You're a crusader.
We were like, can we do this? He was like, no. And everyone was like, okay, well, we got to talk about this. You can't just skate past this and not address the biggest evidence around at the moment or whatever.
The biggest evidence around? Evidence for what? Biggest flat earth evidence? Hey, Shane, the hay's already in the barn, dude. It was in the barn in 2016, Holmes. You kind of lost the plot. Do you even know what a plot is, you glue sniffer? Or is the ether clouding your judgment?
You want to talk about angles to stars and flat water instead?
angles to stars on flat water.
Yeah, Danny, I'm
Oh, back to Danny.
just curious. Do you think you can kind of lay out the premise of the cell Theo? So you said you saw it.
Did he say cell Theo? Let's go back.
Yes.
Is that what he said?
That's exactly what it
It's the cell Theo now, ladies and gentlemen.
Kind of lay out the premise of the cell Theo.
I guess if you shorten it up, it gives it some validity or something, right?
So you said you saw it originally. If you want to, you don't have to, but I definitely want your take on it because you are an astronomer.
Yeah, a pseudoscientist. That's what astronomy is.
You're talking about the experiment with the...
No experiment, Danny. There wasn't any experiment done here revealing for, I don't know, greater than 678th time that you would fail intro to third grade general science. There's no experiments here. You don't know what an experiment is. It'd be an appeal to authority fallacy to somebody to ask you as a pseudoscientist what an experiment is. You following me, sunshine? Fucking asshat, pretender, clown, fraud.
The celestial theodolite?
Celestial theodolite is not an experiment, dumbass.
Yeah, if you want to try and give it a steel man real quick. Just
Oh my god, I'm gonna puke over this steel man shit.
I'm just curious, and then if not, and then I'll fill you in on the stuff you missed.
My recollection was that you had a star setting, I think, over the Rockies, and
stars setting over the Rockies. I thought the Rockies were a lot rockier than this. John Denver's really full of shit.
This person was in the land close.
Good.
I just want to point out that this, what was it called? The cell
Theo. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's like the best flat Earth evidence or some nonsense.
That's over here at the land of the Misfit toys. It is.
So yeah, all right, okay. So the measurements of Earth are number two, are they? Is that what they're claiming?
I don't know.
That is shockingly stupid.
Shockingly stupid. Yes, I was thinking that same thing.
Man, I can't believe that.
Well, you got to know where you're at, Brian. Right now, I've plunged you into the land of misfit toys. My apologies. As a defender of the ignorant, it seems like you got a lot of work to do.
I can't defend that. That's not ignorance. That is not ignorance. Is like you give them the information and they then know and learn. That's not ignorance. That can only be called stupidity. Arguing about how much refraction there is at the top, terrestrial refraction, non-refraction there is at the top of the mountains, as opposed to the actual measurement itself of the mountain.
Yep.
That's for me. It's just lost cause. Completely lost cause over there.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Base of the Rockies, and as the star was setting, the peak on top of the...
Oh my God, his mic's going in and out.
Slope on the side from his house that he was able to do pretty well. And he timed, I believe, with the telescope when the star was blocked by that peak, and then applied atmospheric refraction to...
Did he apply atmospheric refraction? How did he apply it? Oh, Neil's here. Yeah. How did he apply that paradoxical refraction? I keep on, every time he says that, atmospheric refraction, I hear paradoxical invisible leprechauns. That's what I hear. But he's I'm serious. That's what I hear. That's why I stop it every time.
To get the angle coming in at that point.
To get the angle coming. How does angles come in? Angles coming in to what? What the hell are you even talking about? What does angles coming in mean? What? Who knows?
But then he then reasoned that the light right at the instant it was about to be blocked would be refracted a second time down.
Did he? Oh, that was a nice flip. He reasoned. I'd like to hear that reasoning.
To his location, which is correct. It would be refracted a second.
No, the light's refracted a second time, according to Danny. You know, while the angle's coming in.
Time. And my concern is that he overdid the value of that second refraction.
Here he comes to save the day, Danny. He overcalculated that second refraction.
How is it that he's given so much airtime to Earth Awakenings, but he had to run to lunch when he was speaking to us, Adam particularly, and reflected? Oh, I know why. Forget I even asked the question.
That's basically what I recall seeing.
That's amazing, Danny. You saw that. Were those empirical observations?
Too bad, but I don't know about this adding in refraction a second time from the peak to the observer. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, but yeah, that was a pretty good steel man. That's not bad.
It's a really good steel man. Way to steel man that.
But essentially,
wait a second, Beasticles. Danny's going to come in and robot through what you're trying, the horse shit you're trying to say.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You're robot.
I just said I tried to be honest about this. There's nothing to be gained by misrepresenting what people are arguing.
Oh, you're honest, Danny.
Oh, really?
That's a hell of a claim, especially given your history. Do we want to turn back time? Yeah, I paused already.
Just in case you're about to press play.
No.
Yeah, he's giving himself a pat on the back. That's like, now I'm not a lawyer. When someone says that, that person's a lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Like, you can trust me. No, I can't. You know what I mean?
That's when my studies start tingling.
Yeah, it's like the cheek of that to give himself a pat on the back.
Yeah, you hear
he's an outright unbelievable lawyer.
You hear somebody say, "I have to be honest." You're getting a weathered eyebrow raised because you're a liar.
Yeah.
Does that mean you were lying before you said it? You're going to be honest. Everything before was lies, but now you're going to be honest. Idiot.
It's actually a confession.
Yeah, he's a liar.
No, you're good. You're good.
I wish you could tell all the other people that.
I wish I could too.
Tell all the other people what? They're over counting paradoxical refraction. There's Shane. Saint idiot.
There's a lot of that going on. I don't like that.
We don't give a shit what you like or don't like, you pretender clown fraud of a fuckwit.
So do you think it's a interesting idea, let's just say that you would basically use the occlusion angle timing, right? So there's only one.
We're using the occlusion angle timing. Is that what we're doing?
One time, right, where the observer actually sees that star disappear behind the mountain. Bam.
We're watching stars disappear behind that mountain.
It's take a snapshot of it, and then you have two different predictions.
You do? You got two different predictions. You know, predictions are hypotheses in this subject area. So I don't think you had two hypotheses. I mean, actual scientific hypotheses. I don't think so. I'd bet the farm. All in right now. Clowns.
Just a second before you press play.
Too late, but go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I could be wrong here, but I think that the flat earthers, like what was just said there, the timing of the occlusion angle, it's like, there's a way to say it, but that sounds a bit fancy. It's like, are flat earthers prone to continually try to get the nod or the validation of ball earthers?
Now, don't indict all of flat earthers, all right? Because it paints a very sad picture. It's a stereotype fallacy. It's not just the land of misfit toys, pretender clown flat. If you say pretender clown flat earthers, it would be better.
Yeah, okay then. Because it seems to me that there's definitely pretender clown flat earthers who are more interested in enabling the ballers and getting their personal validation from the ballers.
Yeah. Yep.
Sitting in Discord, having non-intellectual discussions with people who aren't intellectual.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You know.
You're all over it, Brian. Yes. Correct.
Thank you.
Well, you have two different calculations, essentially.
Two different calculations of what?
Derive your distance.
To derive your distance from what?
Based off of the height of a mountain, right? Because if it's a globe.
Based off the height of a mountain? You need to be institutionalized, dude. I mean, delusional.
You say if it's a globe?
Delusional Dunning-Kruger is far. You are far, far beyond that. That was some dumb shit.
Then you would have, a different elevation height of the mountain peak because you're supposed, it's supposed to be tilting away from you.
What?
How would he know?
If you have plain trig, then
that plain trig is redundant.
And it would just be the height of the mountain. And
what would be just the height of the mountain? The height of the mountain?
Then what you would do is you take that angle.
What angle? You just said height of the mountain. You didn't say anything about an angle. What angle?
Superchat.
Super angle. Well, I forgot all about what are super chats.
Super angle.
So Mike 808 sent you one.
Thanks, Mike 808. I forgot. What are super chats? I don't even know what they are anymore. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, man.
And then the height of the mountain, and then you derive your distance.
You're deriving distance from the height of the mountain. How are you doing that?
And you see which one is closer.
What? What the hell is he on about? That made no That made no coherent sense whatsoever. Good.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. What he's talking about is the exact thing that I put out in my videos. It was something that before this Cell Theo thing came out, just before that, I was about to bring out a video. And that came out and I had to wait a week and a half to bring out a video. Right? What he's talking about is, it's a stupid thing, but he's talking about basically to do this, you need parallel verticals and a horizontal distance. Right?
No.
I won't go into all the details.
No.
I know what he's edging out.
No, you don't. I just want to know any coherency from the words that just came out of his mouth, not what you think he's talking about.
Okay, I won't go any further.
Thank you.
That's an interesting concept. That's to see what
I think it is very clever.
What's very clever?
I see two problems. Number one, it relies upon a lot of computation of what the
What relies on a lot of computation? There's the Shane St. Pierre. This should be the. You don't need anything else in this diagram other than this elevation angle or right angle triangle. That's all you need. You just put that right there, and then it's all over.
That's right.
It's all over. Glue sniffer. Shane St. Pierre fraud.
What the refraction ought to be.
Refraction doesn't exist in the Atmo, Danny. You don't know what refraction is.
And there are variables involved there.
There are no variables involved there other than the variables in the formula that we've shown a number of times here today.
Generally end up taking average values.
No, they're not average values.
And the other thing is...
the other thing to what?
Precision, how precisely you can get that and how
precise they can get what?
Precisely can measure those things and can
measure what thingies?
You get a really fair comparison, but I think it was
shut your dumbass mouth.
A very clever, nice idea.
It's a very clever, nice idea. It's just nonsense. It's directionless, incoherent drivel. Out of both of these, out of each party.
I think it's a very
begging the question fallacy. Assuming the very thing you're attempting to prove, but I think. You don't think, Danny. That has never been demonstrated. So it's begging the question fallacy.
Very idea conceived. Now, if it can practically be done is another question.
It has been done. Consistency.
Yeah, it's been done 40.
What's been done?
46 times now, Shane.
46 times. Oh, I guess it's repeated now, right? Since it's done that many times, they think it's part of the empirical method, right? Do you know what that is? Repeatable. So since you've done it that many times, then you superimpose that in your mind of fucking smoke and mirrors and caper-sized pieces of horse shit, and you say, well, we've done it that many times. That means it's repeatable. Of course, you didn't do shit. That only applies to experiment. And you definitely didn't do that here. My God.
Well, let me ask you this question.
6 different peaks, like 28 different stars.
6 different peaks, 28 different stars. Are those experiments?
I got another question if I can ask.
Oh, God. I got one for you. How much glue do you sniff each day? True or false?
I've been involved in I've been involved.
Absolutely. Just come in and interrupt them. Absolutely.
Pause a second.
Go ahead.
What was being asked to Faulkner there? And Faulkner's response to it was really funny. Because I am pretty much, I could say 99% sure that what was being put to him was put to him without confidence. But Faulkner knew what was being put to him, and it's based off of what I've been pointing out in my videos.
There you go again.
And Faulkner, I know what it is. The way Faulkner
no, you
responded,
don't. No, you don't. No, you do not.
Okay, shut up.
These people are... Brian, you are giving them too much leeway, too much freedom. You're fucking retards, man. So don't help them.
I mean, they didn't get the
okay,
twice. They didn't get that name for nothing, you know.
Yeah, you guys are gonna drive me to drink with your friggin' interpretations of what you think retards are trying to say. No, let them say it coherently.
Involved in the flat Earth discussion now for 9 years.
You've been involved in the flat Earth discussion 9 years.
How much did he talk to us? How much has he spoken to you, QE?
We spoke in 2016. I still have the email thread.
Yeah, that's the email thread. He never comes on your show and talks about anything. Comes on Nathan's show and spoke, and it was very frustrating because it was like 2 minutes between each sentence he said. This guy's a straight out liar. He picks and chooses who he wants to discuss flat Earth with.
Uh-oh, somebody else. Did somebody else want to get in there? You mean when he does talk, when he comes in Nathan's? That's very few and far between.
And I remember.
All right, hold back. Got me off my game. Let's go back. I thought he was talking about he was in the discussion for 9 years. Is that what he said?
I got another question if I can ask.
Go ahead.
I've been involved in
Absolutely.
I've been involved in the flat Earth discussion now for 9 years.
If you think that it's a discussion, Danny.
And I remember back when we would mention refraction, usually talking about terrestrial refraction, for seeing too far, objects too far. When we would bring that up, flat earthers generally would laugh in derision.
Yeah, because I taught them. I taught those flat earthers to laugh at your dumbasses for bringing it up. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, you got that right, Danny. Oh shit, this is a gold mine. Yes. Yep, you got it right. Yeah, they used to laugh at you. Because.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
What's gonna happen now is Danny. I think I know where Danny's going with this.
Don't you dare!
Prediction that he's going to use it against them because they're trying to use terrestrial refraction now for their little cell Theo nonsense. Sorry.
Yeah, Cell Theo. You're not going to get away from that. That Cell Theo has made an indelible impression on you.
Yeah. They need to claim that now. They're claiming that nonsense now, right? For this Cell Theo thing. And now he's going to say, what about all those times we used it? And you said it didn't exist. So now, instead of sticking to the bloody measurements and stuff, they're nonsense. Now they're going to be caught by Faulkner.
By Faulkner's going to cut you. You got that shit right, Brian. Let's go back and listen to that one more time. We'll listen to the whole thing. He's going to bust their ass. Let's hear it.
Usually talking about terrestrial refraction, for seeing too far, objects too far. When we would bring that up, flat earthers generally would laugh in derision, dismissing it, thinking we're just making up excuses and such.
Yeah, you're making shit up. Exactly. That's what. And what? Go ahead.
I don't hear flat earthers doing that anymore. In fact,
because they're all pretend clown fuckwits. You're in the midst of them. Yeah, exactly. You got it, Danny. He read that situation, right? That's quite profound that he would actually be able to articulate that. I'm fucking shocked. Yes. So what's there? I can't wait to hear the answer.
I see flat earthers attempting to.
Well, they're not flat earthers. They're pretend-a-clown flat earthers, Danny. That's why.
Invoke refraction on their own. I think it's an interesting change that's been made.
Yeah, it has an interesting change. One that's going on here in the land of misfit toys, Earth Awakenings, and politics 24/7. They're all doing it. Get ready, guys, out there for refraction. Because they're gonna hammer you with it. But I digress. Let's see.
Get ready for what?
Get ready for it. You get ready for it because they're gonna overwhelm you with flat earthers, pretender clown flat earthers with refraction. Get ready. It's coming in a big wave. But let's hear the land of misfit toys. Let's see who pipes up to this indictment
over the past 9 years.
Well, I think.
Well, there's Shane St. Pierre. Okay, I need to hear this. Here we go. Give them the reason, Shane. Pretend to. I can't wait. Go.
An interesting change that's been made over the past 9 years.
Well, I think that our position with refraction has been that previously it's been used as like a blanket of unfalsifiability.
No, that wasn't. No, you mean that's your dumbass position. No, we showed 9 years ago. Specifically, I showed. Me. It was me. That it was a train wreck of a disaster of a dumpster fire rolling down the mountain that they were just making shit up. Invisible leprechauns, and they didn't know what refraction even was, Shane Saint Fraud.
Applied to any terrestrial observation at sea level.
A terrestrial observation, no observation. Not in the Atmo. Now, when we're talking about glasses, that's a different story.
Did he
that
say
would
at sea
magically
level?
Shut up.
Make it of unfalsifiability applied to any terrestrial observation at sea level that would magically.
Yeah, he did say sea level, but that's off topic. We'll get back to that in a second.
Bring it back to be coherent with the globe, right? No matter
coherent with the globe, right? What does that mean? What?
the distance, there is no coefficient for refraction that you got.
There is no refraction! Shane, you dumb fuck! There is no refraction! There is no coefficient because there is no refraction! You fucking idiot! Sorry. I'm starting to get hungry.
He's trying. What he's doing now is he's. No, I understand it, but even if you are hungry, because what he's doing now is he's now trying to say, well, you were using it for this thing, we're only using it for this other thing. It's like, no. You're trying to use the same rubbish that they were using, and none of it is real. And you're just as guilty as they were.
Guys would apply. That would bring that, observation that's too far on the globe to be refracted.
Even in their fairy tale fuckwit paradigm, Shane Saint Fraud, refracted objects don't appear closer. Dude, even if you take that paradigm into account, it doesn't do that. What the fuck are you talking about? I gotta take a break, man. It's that. I'm gonna go. I need to get something to eat real quick. I'll bring it on in here. I can't do it. I got
I'll go through it for a second. The problem from my point of view, or my opinion, not only that the flat earthers are now trying to use the same rubbish as the ballers I used to use, but neither them nor the ballers seem to understand the thing. They don't understand. When the ballers were using it, they didn't understand what it was they were claiming. Now the flat earthers don't understand what it is that they're claiming. Or they don't understand what the ballers were claiming because the ballers didn't understand what they were claiming. It's horrendous. The whole thing is a mess. When the ballers reference 7 over and greater than 7/6, what they're actually saying is they're unbending their globe. That's what they're actually doing. So the globe is an arc length. Then it is not circular. Like, you couldn't draw a circle around it, or it's not a sphere. It becomes an arc length, a two-dimensional arc length. And because of that, it lifts an object up, right? So what would appear to be the globe's edge, right, is further, and the object is lifted up so you can see it, basically. That's basically it. The way, if I'd have to draw it out to show what it is, but as a description, that's what it is. So let's say, take a circle, make something into a circle, and then unbend the circle. That's what they're actually doing. That's why the globe ends up being an arc length. And because 7/6 is a constant, it's the constant standard of terrestrial refraction in their ridiculous paradigm. That means they're claiming, now they don't know this, Faulkner doesn't know this, none of them know this. They're claiming that their globe is a constant, from an observation point of view, a constant arc length that changes in its arc from minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, week to week. That's what they're claiming. Now, They don't know that, what they're claiming, but that's what they're actually claiming.
I got one question.
Because I do know it. I know the minutes. Go on.
I know you know, but I got one question. How are these people making these claims on a globe that they would see things a certain way? How do they know that? They were never on a globe. They're assuming they're on a globe. But how could they even make those claims?
Well, they're trying to refract the horizon. That's ridiculous if you think about what's been claimed. That's Snell's law being applied to the horizon. The horizon is already an optical phenomenon, and you're then trying to add some kind of a second medium that isn't there to somehow affect this optical phenomenon. It's ridiculous. Like, even with Snell's law, what's affected visually is the object, not the medium, or the boundary between the medium. Do you know what I mean? If I put a spoon into it, if I take a glass, an average half-pint glass, half fill it with water, put it spoon in it, is the top of the water somehow affected by this? You know what I mean?
No.
Is the top of the water, does that, is that refract? No, that's not the refraction. The refraction is happening to the spoon because of the boundary and the change in the medium. It has nothing to do with the top of the water. They're trying to claim that the top of the water, which is where the horizon is somehow being refracted. It's ridiculous. But I understand Huey's frustration here. Sorry, go on. Sorry, go on.
I just find it hard to believe. Well, I don't find it hard to believe. I know why. We can't get 2 words out of this guy, right? But he's over there at Earth Awakenings for got to be a few hours he spent in there, right? But we can't get him to get a few sentences out. But that's a pat on our backs because he knows not to come in this water. He knows not to come in dangerous waters. He goes where it feels safe to swim. And the best place to swim is either the land of the Misfit toys or, sorry to say, 24/7 politics.
Well, they're enabling him, and he's enabling them. But it works in his favor more than your favor. So when they enable Danny Faulkner, which makes it easy for him to be there for an hour, so he's not, as opposed to talking to Nathan for 2 minutes and having to run off. He's enabling them as well, because he's keeping them, let's say, I use the word relevant, if you know what I mean. So they're both enabling each other, but it only actually benefits the globe. It doesn't benefit FE at all. And none of them want to actually learn things correctly. And that's what drives QE up the wall. That these people are there talking complete and utter horsemen you are, on both sides, and having an hour-long discussion that the average everyday person who might listen to it might think, these people really know what they're talking about, not realizing that none of them do, and the ones that do know something, like Danny Faulkner, is lying when needs be. Do you know what I mean? That's what you're dealing with over now. So no wonder QE's getting angry. I'm getting angry listening to it.
If he's lying about the stuff that's in the Bible, right? What do you think he gives a crap about what he's lying about pertaining to flat Earth? He outright lies about the Word of God.
Exactly. I'm not a Christian, and I would never lie about the Bible. Yet I'm not a Christian, and it would the same for the Quran. I'd never lie about the Bible or the Talmud. I would never do that. He's claiming to be a Christian. Is he not claiming to be a pastor or something like that, Faulkner? And he's willing to just lie.
I don't know if he's a pastor, but he claims to be this biblical scholar, and he basically outright said that God stopped the earth from rotating instead of Joshua stopping the sun in the sky by the power of God. No, he said God stopped the earth from rotating. That's what happened there. That is an outright contradiction to what the Word of God says.
He's a member of Answers in Genesis. He's not a pastor, but he's a spokesperson for Answers in Genesis.
That's correct.
Along with Jason Lyle, the liar dipshit, among others.
So he's a Bible educator, kind of like Mick West is a science educator.
Well, Professor Dave, he's a science communicator. These grandiose titles.
Communicator. Sorry, communicator. Yeah, I had the word.
There he is. Dr. Danny R. Faulkner, the R is for retard, Answers in Genesis. Dr. Dr. Danny Faulkner holds an MS, more shit, in physics from Clemson University, and a Master of Arts and PhD in astronomy, a demonstrated pseudoscience, from Indiana University. And he taught at the University of South Carolina, Lancaster, for over 26 years, ladies and gentlemen. University
nonsense. Sorry.
University of South Carolina. Are you complete dumbasses? He has published over 100 papers in various journals. Yeah, I'll bet you all of them in the dumbass cracker journal. Not scientific publications, because he's not a scientist. And you don't know he's not a scientist because you don't know what science is. Answers in Genesis. Danny works.
Isn't that ironic?
I wasn't done yet. Sorry. Can't you see this?
I do. I'm sorry.
Danny works as a researcher, author, and speakers for Answers in Genesis. He also hosts the Ark Encounter, trips down to Red River Gorge in eastern Kentucky, and Stargazers Night at Johnson Observatory. He also hosts astronomy live programs. Skies proclaim his handiwork. Whose? Works up at the creation. I guess that's Danny right there. Is that Danny stargazing?
Yeah, that's Danny stargazing on a flat Earth.
Go ahead, Brian.
Sorry about that, Kiwi. I jumped the gun. When you said he represents our website, Answers in Genesis. Well, it's not a poignant name to give that website for them to come out and say, God stopped the earth rotating.
Yep.
When it comes to that passage in the Bible.
Yep.
It doesn't say that, Danny. I'm not a Christian, and even I know it doesn't say that.
Yeah, but
so why are you saying this?
You know what they'd say? That's not in Genesis. What? That's not in Genesis. It's in Joshua. So screw you, guy.
Or they'll say,
I know
God
that.
can do anything.
I know that. Yeah. I know it's not in Genesis, but the point I'm making is they have this Answers in Genesis as if they're going to give some answers. They're just lawyers, outright lawyers.
Yep.
Anyone who take what's actually written in the Bible and try and tell people it means something else. There's a lawyer. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes about it. It actually annoys me, and I'm not Christian, and it annoys me. It would annoy me if it was the Quran or the Talmud.
Oh, there's some dire consequences for doing such things, according to the Lord.
That's correct.
There you go. Okay, we're back. I just had about 10 strawberries. They're delicious, by the way. So 10 strawberries to hold me over. Now we got Shane Saint Fraud not answering Danny's question, making shit up. You didn't answer his question. Why? For 9 years ago, flat earthers were laughing at globe-tart idiots whenever they bring up refraction. But why aren't they now? That's the question. That's a good job, Danny. Of course, you didn't answer the question yet, Shane Saint Fraud.
Just up enough to be seen on the globe. So I think with the celestial theodolite and with recent sort of just...
You're still not answering the question.
Discussions where they're trying to make the prediction with refraction, right? We'll allow...
Predictions of refraction now. Just a fraud, sir. You're busted.
Terrestrial refraction and celestial refraction.
Now we got terrestrial and celestial refraction, along with atmospheric refraction. That's right. That's right, Shane Saint Fraud.
To be applied with your prediction, and then
with what prediction? What prediction? What is a prediction in this genre? Define prediction. That's what we want to hear. You pretender clown fraud.
Pause a sec.
All right.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you'll allow me, I'll answer it for him. Because now because of the horse manure we're putting out now, with from the pretender clown flat earther side. We now need it. Also, that's what. That's the truth. We need your heap of rubbish now to support our heap of rubbish that we're pumping out now.
Yep.
That's what.
Yep, they're blood brothers. Yep, you got it.
We have to hold you to that prediction when we try to do.
What prediction? What's the prediction? And what is a prediction? Saying fraud?
Calculation to get the distance for the.
Calculation to get the distance? Why are you calculating? What are you calculating? What does that have to do with his question about refraction when they were laughing at Globetards 9 years ago? What does that have to do with it? Nothing. Just rambling on like an idiot that you are.
The peak in the elevation above sea level. So
the peak in the elevation above sea level. Can you have sea level, shout out to Neil, on a Globetard? Shane St. Fraud.
The whole thing with refraction is before, when it wasn't being used to predict, it could just be.
Oh, the refraction wasn't used to predict 9 years ago. Is that what you're saying?
Endlessly applied post-diction and applied to anything.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. That's when I train wrecked them.
To make it go away. And now with those celestial theodolite and other observations, we have to make, a prediction with it. And it turns.
You have to make a prediction with it. What? Not answering his question, Shane. Saint Fraud.
Out now, no matter which form and type and amount you apply, it's never consistent.
Which form and type and amount of what? Refraction. There's different forms of refraction. What are the types of refraction, Shane Saint Fraud? Within the Globetard paradigm, what are the types? Can you define it? Can you name them, then define them? No, you couldn't, because you already said that refraction adjusts the distances of objects. You fucking idiot.
Instantly enough. That's what we're finding.
That didn't answer his question. Anyone else?
Yeah, Danny, you would definitely be intrigued by all the update to the Celestial Theo argument.
The Celestial Theo. There you shout out to Brian. The Cell Theo, baby. Of course, that's not answering Danny's question either. Beasticles. You guys need to get the Adderall drip out. That's the problem. You're not listening. I'm not surprised at all, because you're too stupid to listen.
And since you heard about it a couple months ago.
Heard about what? Refraction? A couple months ago? That's not what he asked you.
It's just been getting, fine-tuned ever since.
Just getting fine-tuned, yep. Right on topic.
I didn't know that Rob Parks had addressed it.
Of course, Danny doesn't hold them. And Danny, do you realize that they didn't answer your question? Now you're off rambling about idiot Parks. Another pseudoscientist that couldn't graduate 3rd grade on his own. Fucking idiot. Go back.
Go
ahead.
Huey, just a second. Isn't it funny that Danny is in the right ballpark to take him apart, but he actually doesn't have the wherewithal to do it. He's not even holding them to the fact that they're not answering his question.
Yep.
Like any baller worth or salt should be in there saying, so you agree then with all the things we said years ago?
Yes.
Concerning when you're saying we could see through fire.
Yes. Yep. You got it.
They have to agree to it now.
Yeah. You're all over it today, Brian. Yes. Yep, but Danny left that go because he forgot, because he can't hold a single thought in that caper-sized piece of horseshit that he's got between his ears. He's already forgotten his question that he asked. That's how stupid he is. That's how stupid he is. Yeah. Isn't it obvious?
I didn't know that Rob Parks had addressed it. I like him, and he knows his
you like him
stuff really well.
And Rob knows his stuff, huh? Well, what he knows his stuff sees. Like what? Give us an example to support your claim.
I think I'd like to check out what he says first, and then.
Oh, you want to listen to what he says first to inform you about your analysis? Makes perfect sense. Pseudoscience fraud, dumbass cracker, Dr. Danny Faulkner. What an asshat you are.
And go look at it myself.
And then go look at what yourself.
Well, that's unfortunate.
He hasn't looked at the numbers.
So all he did was watch Ruhif and Jesse's, and then he commented on that. He actually didn't investigate it whatsoever, and we like Professor.
Oh, and you like Professor Parks too, don't you, Saint Fraud?
Parks. Oh, we're grilling him hard for not investigating it at all and throwing out an opinion.
Okay.
If you,
why would he be throwing out an opinion if he's an actual scientist? Opinions are subjective. Natural science is objective. I wouldn't be asking opinions of subjectivity of objective topics. Why would I do that? It's incoherent. Doesn't make any sense. Shane Saint Fraud. You fucking idiot yourself.
I
didn't see the video, so I don't know what he said.
I don't know what he said.
That's not long. You can definitely watch it, but you'll see he says right away, I don't know much about it. I haven't looked into it, but here's what Ruhif and Jesse said.
That's right up Danny's alley. But he'll believe anything Rob Parks has to say about it. That Danny will just mindlessly parrot Parks. He doesn't give a shit. Danny mindlessly parroted Hillbilly Blue Balls, the redneck retard. A.K.A. the photosynthetic redneck. A.K.A. Mr. Gumby Football Field. Yep, he used him as a source. That's what Danny did. Ass clown.
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, real quick, I think it was Semi-Cleanser or somebody else was saying that, looking, you're not actually doing any measurements of the sky, but
who's not actually doing any measurements of the sky?
Couldn't you argue that if the sky is moving at a constant 15 degrees,
sky's not moving, according to Danny,
per hour, right, relative to whatever first position you measure or reference, wouldn't that constant basically be like, can you use that as a constant? Like,
use what as a constant? First thing, let's see if Danny catches on to what Beasticles put on to him, that the sky's moving. Let's see if he catches on to it.
In terms of a reference when doing any other types of calculations based off that.
Yes, you can. One example I use is that when
Nope, Danny didn't catch it. So, Danny, the sky's moving. You glue-sniffing idiot, you. Unbelievable. Just train wreck just implode their own position. That's the ballers, not ballers. That's the anti-flat earther's life. You ever see The Abyss? When the Navy SEAL is in that submersible and he's going down the wall and the windshield starts cracking? That's where they live. That's where Danny lives. Fucking idiot. You guys know what I'm talking about? That heck of a good movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody's texting me. Hold on. All right, here we go.
a lot of the telescopes I use have
use telescopes. That sounds sciencey.
Equatorial drives on them, and they.
What do they have? Do they have any tinsel on them?
When you put it in the solar rate, it runs at 15 degrees per hour. If you do the
15 degrees per hour, is that the sky moving, Danny?
Sidereal rate, it's a little.
Sidereal rate, boy, that's another science term right there.
Faster than that. And they track very, very accurately if you have the polar axis correctly aligned.
The polar axis? What's that? Where'd you get the polar axis at, Danny? And we're still waiting. You're still complicit by your non-objection to the sky is moving. So, Danny, you think the sky's moving?
And I've taken the eclipse in last year.
Now we're on the an eclipse last year. But Danny's mic shit the bed.
In 4 hours from before the partial phase began until after it ended, and they remained centered pretty well. And
that's perfect. Makes perfect sense. So the sky's still moving, Danny.
The thing was turning at the solar rate of 15 degrees per hour.
What was turning at 15 degrees per hour?
I did the same thing with a lunar eclipse once.
Now we're on a lunar eclipse. The last one must have been a solar eclipse. He just called it an eclipse. So the sky's still moving, Danny.
And what I did was make time-lapse videos out of it. And if
you made videos, that's amazing. Right on topic.
If the things in the sky were not turning, if the
thingies in the sky weren't turning, what? Danny, you just there you are again, down the wall in the abyss.
Debunking the globe.
He's that stupid, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't realize it.
the sun were not turning at 15 degrees per hour, then it wouldn't.
The sun's turning at 15 degrees per hour.
Not remain centered in the frames. And
is that because the sun's moving, or is the sky moving?
It was centered very well. All the frames.
That's an amazing story.
It was over 4 hours or more.
4 hours. Wow, that's astonishing. That's it. That was.
What
his
is he
answer.
actually saying?
I don't know. I was waiting. I'm just waiting for him to cast a rebuttal. Why dost not thou object, Danny? Glue sniffer.
Interesting.
Interesting. The flat earther didn't even.
Anytime anybody says interesting, you gotta say shout out to Jiren.
I don't say shout out. I don't shout him out.
That's over about
He's the one that started that, isn't he?
I think.
So, do we have another question about the sky moving for Danny?
So you think it's fair to basically use you think it's fair to basically use the geometric position, and what I mean by
hold on, I got a phone call from Virginia. This is what I'm gonna do to him. Ready? Hey, Virginia, get stuffed.
AQE, all my stuff that comes from Virginia, they want $13,000 from me.
I'm just putting just random calls from all over the United States. It kind of settled down for the past week or so because I was blocking all of them, and now it's starting to kick back up again. They always call during the show. Was that you, Danny?
Very suspicious.
All right, where was I at here? All right.
by geometric position is
Okay, we got to go back. He's talking about geometric position, so we're going to have to pull a J on that. Get the whole thing. Here we go.
You think it's fair to basically use you think it's fair to basically use the geometric position, and
Geometric position of what?
what I mean by geometric position is basically, the star being at the angle of what it would be,
The star being at the angle of what it would be.
after 15 degrees per hour off the first cusp.
At 15, what the piss is going on here?
Of Aries, based on the vernal equinox, yada yada yada.
Vernal equinox, yada, yada, yada. You're going to trigger Brian. He's going to come in here and start interpreting your horse shit.
No, I don't know where they're going with this at the moment.
I was gonna say, Brian, what are they talking about?
Would it be fair to basically use that occlusion time? And
But would it be fair to use the occlusion time? It's an incoherent string of absolute directionless drivel. It's utterly meaningless.
And because it's, you know, a time where you can't see the star, it's no longer an apparent
what
calculation. Do you get what I mean?
It's not an apparent. What is an apparent calculation, you fucking ignorant dumbass?
Oh my God.
What?
So you have empirical observation and what did he say there? An apparent calculation.
Yes. Yeah, you got it. Where we're at now, ladies and gentlemen. 10 years after the fact, this is where we're at. You have to ask yourself, why is that? That's what you have to ask yourself.
Like, as soon as you can't see it, then you can basically say it's not apparent that matters anymore, right?
Huey, please tell me what he's talking about, please.
I have that no. Get yourself an abacus.
Yeah,
I'm going to reach out to
what
Adam.
you're talking about is the.
Where's Flatsy at?
I'm here.
How's Booger doing?
He's better.
Okay.
When that star is occluded, it's not in its true position because it's being subject to atmospheric refraction.
Atmospheric? No, it's not being subject to it. Prove that. Star's not being subject to atmospheric refraction because atmospheric is a paradox and refraction doesn't occur in the atmo. I'm hearing invisible leprechauns, Danny.
And so it's going to, I'm assuming, atmospheric.
And therefore, the paradox.
Refraction. And it's going to have a difference in position.
It's going to have a difference in position. Show. Let's see it. Let's see the difference. It's a compare and contrast. Utter meaningless nonsense, ladies and gentlemen.
By the way, he said he's done it many, many times. Has he discovered the variability in the amount of refraction?
There wouldn't be any variability in the amount of refraction because refraction doesn't exist in the atmo, Danny.
Variable refraction.
Say again?
Is he saying variable refraction?
There's variability in refraction, man.
I would say, I mean, from what
I would say, I mean. Why don't you just say, are you saying you mean?
I've seen, I don't really understand.
Holy shit, man. Use your words. Okay? Because you're starting to fucking get on my last nerve.
The pattern of, you know, why certain refraction coefficients
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll get what you hear in a few.
are used in order to get.
Where is refraction coefficients used? In lens repair?
Get a certain amount of arc minutes, right? Depending on like the
right, Danny?
Angle to the horizon.
You're talking about the angle to that which can't exist on a globetard. Horizons.
I don't really see a consistent pattern. To me, it almost looks like it's.
Well, to me, it's almost looks like it. What's it?
Like I said before,
like it or is it? And what's it?
Curve fit formula.
A curve fit formula. What the hell are you talking about? I want to see this curve fit formula and what it applies to.
Yeah.
Yeah? Good job, Danny. What a fucking ass.
Because you're taking.
Cool.
Well, let me ask you this. You talk about the difference between.
Let me ask you this.
A flat Earth and globe Earth prediction.
There is no flat Earth or globe Earth predictions. Predictions are hypotheses. Whether the globe Earth or a flat Earth, there are no predictions or hypotheses because it's not a scientific topic. AKA, you would fail Intro to Third Grade General Science, Mr. PhD astronomer.
Dealing with this celestial, celestial.
Celestial. How about the cell Theo?
Theodolite. What is the nature of prediction difference?
There is no nature of any predictive difference because there are no predictions. That's why, Danny.
What?
Different is my question.
His mic is going in and out, ladies and gentlemen. It's like run-on sentences.
Are you talking about just the elevation difference that you're talking about?
The elevation difference and the prediction.
Well, they're able to use that. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Toby. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say they're able to derive the distance to the peak.
Who's able to derive the distance to the peak of the mountain? And how do they do that?
Using the angle that they get from the occlusion.
Oh, the flat Earth elevation angle. Isn't the subject over right now?
That's the problem.
How did you get the angle? Well, shouldn't that be the question to Danny? How did they get the angle?
And that's the next one. That's the next question that should come out of his mouth.
Time and the height of the peak. So
you've kind of lost the plot there, Toby.
The difference there is that the flat Earth.
Who the hell would name their kid Toby?
Prediction is all.
You don't have a. Let's go back. There is no flat Earth predict. There's no predictions here. You would also fail Intro to Third Grade General Science.
That they get from the occlusion time and the height of the peak. So the difference there is that the flat Earth prediction.
Like I said, there is none. You'd fail Intro to Third Grade General Science.
Is always ending up more closely aligned with the observation.
Ending up or close. So your observation aligns with the observation?
The distance derivation is more accurate.
So Stellarium doesn't know. Stellarium doesn't know where the.
What the hell does Stellarium have to do with this? Stellarium wouldn't know. Stellarium's an inanimate program. It doesn't know shit. It can't know. It doesn't have bad breath either. It doesn't get angry. It doesn't dance the hokey pokey. You fuck reifine retard you.
Observer is when we get the occlusion angle, right?
The occlusion angle.
So when we see that star disappear behind that peak, bam, we take a snapshot in time.
Bam! Snapshot.
And we put the observer in Stellarium.
You put Dr. Heffron in Stellarium? I'd like to see that.
The peak of the mountain and are referencing the star from the peak to the star.
Jesus.
So Stellarium doesn't actually know.
No, Stellarium doesn't know shit. I just told you. You're reifying it.
Where the observer is. And then what we're doing is driving the...
Wait a second. I thought you put the observer in Stellarium. Why doesn't Stellarium know where the observer is?
Somebody's got to know something.
Distance based off of the height of the mountain for one prediction, the height of the mountain for another.
You have no predictions.
And using the same angle and seeing the difference in distance.
This is incoherent babble from a moron.
and like which one is actually closer to where the observer actually was.
Did anyone get anything from that? Can you coherently? Can you coherently? Oh no, not you, Brian. Anyone else but Brian. Did anyone coherently get anything out of that? Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, they're both sides are dancing around this. The globe side doesn't want to really talk about it, and the flat Earth side want to talk about it, but they seem to be lacking in confidence. To do the measurement of the mountain from the observer's position and any other measurement of that sort, you require two parallel verticals, the one at the observer and one at the mountain, and horizontal distance between those two verticals.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. Right? That is why what they're calling the flat Earth prediction always works out better, because it requires the Earth to be flat to do it.
Yep.
God's sake.
They don't know it. They don't know that.
They're inept.
No.
That the pretender clown flat earthers don't know that. If they did, they'd stop right there, wouldn't they?
Of course.
Yep.
That's the problem. You're right, Kiwi. They seem to not know that.
Yeah, they don't. They have a retard agenda, it sounds like. Doesn't it? I don't know.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And so you're...
And you start a sentence with and okay.
You're taking the
I think you're correct, though.
What's that?
That it just seems like Earth Awakenings or Land of Misfit Toys, all they ever do is enable these conversations. And that's why they don't listen to you, because you shut the conversation down.
Same thing 24/7. Yep. That's what I was told. You are out of here because you cut them off at the knees. Yep, that's what I was told. We want to listen, QE.
To this? You want to listen to this?
Yep, that's the reason.
Predicted occultation.
There's no prediction here, Danny. You'd fail. Each one is failure at the 3rd grade general science class. You're indicted each charge, each time you mention it. Not just one charge, every single one.
Of the star, from what Stellarium says.
Stellarium doesn't say anything. It doesn't have lips, vocal cords, aerobic respiration. Doesn't have any of that. No sentience or intelligence. You reifying retard.
Observe the timing, convert that to an angle. So you move the observer to the mountain. At the mountain, that time corresponds to a very specific angle. The nature of the prediction is...
what's the prediction?
You know, for flat, we just use basic arctan rise over run.
Arctan rise over run, that's the prediction. Shane St. Fraud, you would fail intro to 3rd grade general science. Thank you very much, sir.
For the globe, you do a variation of that. Or
for the globe? What globe?
Can I get a J there, please?
Yep. Sure. Yep.
For what he said?
Yep.
Thanks. Maybe 2.
2? You're pushing it. There you go.
Predicted occultation of the star, from what Stellarium says.
He can't even say prediction right. He got to stumble phone. You stuttering fool.
Observe the timing, convert that to an angle. So you move the observer to the mountain. At the mountain, that time corresponds to a very specific angle. The nature of the prediction is, you know, for flat, we just use basic arctan rise over run. For the globe, you do a variation of that, or you subtract geometric earth drop and add in refraction, whatever the problem.
Is that good?
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but he seems to be referencing an angle to the celestial body.
Yeah, he wasn't clear on what he was actually talking about. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm going to let it go because there's a couple of things in there, and I'm not going to attack it because I don't know.
Yeah, because he wasn't clear enough to attack it. Yep.
He's actually saying.
But the point is, it results in a different angle that isn't the...
What results in a different angle?
arctan rise over run, and those two.
You keep on saying, boy, that sounds sciencey. Of course, it's not science. Arctan rise over run.
Giving it away there.
Sounds like trig to me. Can you define trigonometry, Shane St. Fraud? I'd like you to. I bet you can't.
I'll put money on that too. That he can't.
Predictions provide mutually exclusive.
There's no predictions. There's no predictions here. Not in geometry. There's no predictions. None. Zero. It's non sequitur. It's complete category error. The only predictions are in natural science. They are hypotheses, by the way.
Evidence. So what we're comparing that to is the true position of the star at the time of occlusion from the mountain. So that's
the true position of the star at the time of occlusion behind the mountain. That's amazing.
That's how we get our prediction. But then
that's how you get your what? Hold on. I think Danny overtalked him with Mike.
The time of occlusion from the mountain. So that's how we get our prediction. But then
I think he said prediction, but I can't. I don't know.
I'm not concerned about the time of the event as much as it is the. Well, I guess I don't understand. Is it?
No, yeah, the time's important. Time's important because the time.
Why don't you shut up, Beasticles? You embarrassed yourself enough with your bumbling and fumbling and stumbling. Let Shane St. Fraud ask. That Danny asked Shane. Sit down and shut the fuck up. But he's not going to do it.
Time gives you the angle.
The
time gives us angles. What?
Wow.
It's 3:38 right now. What's my fucking angle?
45 degrees.
Brian, what time is it over there?
9:38 in the night.
What the hell's your angle, sir?
45 degrees.
Oh boy.
I thought you were going to say 35 kilograms.
The only thing that the observation is, like, you're only observing the time. You're not observing an angle when you're making the observation.
You're not observing the angle when you're making the observation. You're observing the time. What?
The only thing you write down is the precise time. And when
what about the angle?
You go into
but how is the time computed then?
How is time computed? What?
Predicted time.
Predicted time? Are they trying to predict, using the word out of context, the time of the occlusion of the star?
That's what it sounds like.
I don't know. We're not predicting time. We're observing. We're observing the time that goes behind the moon.
What?
Yeah, he's syncing it to a telescope through GPS. It's like a
GPS? What is GPS? Oh, let's start off with this first question. GPS. What does that mean? That's what I want to know. Let's start there. And then we'll walk through it step by step to see if it's coherent and doesn't violate any natural law. Then then we'll go to the coordinate system that it's referencing. Then I'm going to sick Brian on your dumb ass.
GPS sync. So I think it's like 1 frame per second, right?
This is getting old, ladies and gentlemen. We still got people out there?
Yeah, they're not making any coherent statements. Yeah.
You came to, did you come to that conclusion all by yourself? Super conclusion.
I was about to say, hang on, just brush over that cute little super chat. Roger Ledwell sent, she'll be coming around the mountain.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be join in. Thanks, Roger. Appreciate it. All right, we'll continue since there's some people out there. So okay.
Something like that.
Can I fast forward or something? How long does this go?
Can we fast forward to the end?
Well, there's Geo and okay, mark this time. 31 minutes 12 seconds. So let's go out here a little further. 100% gay. Yeah, that's what all anti-flat earthers are. So we got Geo. Toby's still here.
Oh, Geo should be interesting.
Shane St. Fraud's here. Who is Toby? Pure. I don't see Danny here. Let's go. Okay, Danny's still there, right there at 46 minutes. Let's continue. So we're at 31:12.
Yes, that was what you said.
Okay. 31:10, close enough. Yeah, I'll get you.
But then when you get your predicted angles.
Predicted angles. That's non sequitur. You don't predict angles, you measure angles. Prediction's non sequitur that in any context.
For Pikes Peak, the flagship example, the flat Earth prediction is like 2.
There is no flat Earth prediction.
Yeah, this is unbelievable enabling. You're totally right, Huey. They actually don't realize that the Earth has to be flat for this to be done.
Yep.
They're not getting it.
Nope, they don't get it. They're just too stupid. Or they're I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to fathom how somebody could be that stupid and not get it. I don't understand. I mean, I can understand it if it was complex, right? But your average adult, what I consider an average adult, to not get this within like a fucking plank time, I'm speechless.
Agreed.
It's a triangle.
Don't give the game away, Brian. Don't. If they can't get it, don't tell them. Oh man.
31. The globe prediction is like 219.
There is no globe prediction because there is no globe, and there wouldn't be a prediction with it anyway.
So what you do is you can then construct a second triangle using.
What about the first triangle? Why are you constructing triangles?
That known angle that you just computed, and either
you computed the angle, then you measure it. Oh boy.
Or, the elevation or the distance to compute the one unknown.
What unknown? You already got the angle. This is you're whistling past the graveyard. Well, you're allowing the anti-flat earthers to whistle past the graveyard. That's what you're doing. You're an enabler. You think you're clever, but you're a dumb fuck. That's the problem.
Those are the comparisons that we make later to see which angle was more true.
Oh my God.
True.
Okay,
yeah, which angle? Which angle's more true, Brian? That's what we got.
Well, which angle's lying?
You people want me to do an exposition on this? This is it's not their fault. I'm guilty because I put this up here. I didn't know what they were gonna fucking do, so it's my fault. I did this to myself. This is like trying to give an exposition after you ask a 3-month-old to do trig, and you need to you need to have a discussion with the audience of what the 3-month-old does once you explain just basic trig. You know, slobbering, the eyes wide, not paying attention, sucking on their fingers. Yeah. That's what this is. That's what I'm trying to do. It's hard for me to do this. And it's not only me. I'd just pick any average person, right? And listen to this. I can't do it.
Are you saying the average Joe hamburger? Who would understand it?
You call him Joe Hamburger. You did that the other day too. It cracked me up. It's Joe friggin' Coffee.
Same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, Joe Hamburger. Betty Biscuit.
I have to see what's going on. I'm not quite certain what the methodology is.
Danny, I'm trying to get a straight answer.
Oh my God. Jake on the plane. Who got his? He was out here when I first got here in 2016. This fucking idiot. You know how many times I tore his ass right through his throat? Now, I don't know how many times that he came on Nathan's show. Probably not that many. He's a OG anti-flat earther. You'll never see him around Nathan's because he'll get his ass handed to him. But he doesn't look that dumb. But I can't believe this. I can't believe he's over here. Unbelievable. That's a blast from the past. Does anyone, you guys know him? You guys know this guy?
I heard of him, but I was never there when he was around.
Yeah. Brian, you know this idiot. Yeah.
What's his name again?
Jake on the plane.
That name is familiar, although I haven't heard it for a long time.
Yeah. Well, you probably haven't heard it because suppose he's over here in the land of misfit toys. That's why you never hear from him.
Isn't it funny how they're picking where to go?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little strange.
Yep. They're probably over in 24/7 politics too, Jake. Now that I'm gone, there's a lot of people probably over there. You know, I haven't listened to them. I might want to go ahead and do that. Maybe this weekend I'll go in and pull up a couple, see what they're. I know refractions on the menu. I already know that. I don't have to listen to anything. I was told that's what the deal was. But okay, Jake, what kind of dumbassery you got now? So Jake is an anti-flat earther from way back. So let's see what he's got.
Certain what the methodology is.
Danny, I've tried to get a straight answer on this, and it's incredibly elusive. Because they both agree that...
They both agree? Who? Who's both?
I can go out on any given day with a theodolite, and I can measure, from the observational location.
You can measure from the observational location.
Go out with a theodolite, and then I can measure.
Don't need a theodolite, but you can use one. Okay.
Measure, the mountain peak that they're using,
You're measuring the mountain peak. What do you mean you're measuring the mountain peak? But that doesn't make any sense. What the fuck is my mic doing? Stop doing that shit.
Whatever mountain peak they're using for the occlusion, I can go out with my theodolite.
Sorry about that. Let's go back. I got distracted. You did it again.
With a theodolite, and then I can measure, the mountain peak that they're using, whatever mountain peak they're using for the occlusion.
Whatever mountain peak, you're measuring the mountain peak that they're using for the occlusion. What measurement? What are you talking about?
I can go out with my theodolite and accurately.
We've already been out with your theodolite. What the fuck are you measuring, Jake?
Measure the angle of that mountain peak.
You're measuring the angle of the. That makes no sense. You're measuring the angle of the mountain peak is fucking moron. That doesn't. It's incoherent. It's non sequitur.
And then they also agree that...
Who are they? This fucking mic. I'll tell you what. Or this mouse. Do it one more time.
the star is occluded. Like if we go out on a full moon night where you can see the silhouette of the mountain, which you can in some of the videos.
What the hell?
They also agree that the star.
Who are they?
Will be occluded the moment that the star intersects.
The stars will be occluded the moment that the star intersects with what?
The silhouette of the mountain.
The mountain peak, not the silhouette of it, the mountain peak.
Which means that the star was occluded at the elevation angle of the mountain that we took.
Elevation angle, welcome to Flat Earth.
Yep.
He's an idiot. I mean, all these people, they need to be institutionalized.
In the daytime, earlier in the day, you can also then go into stellarium.
Why would you go into stellarium?
And plug in your location for the observer and add in atmospheric refraction. And
atmospheric refraction? Why wouldn't we need to add that in? Do you see, Jake? Like I told you back in 2016, the atmosphere is a paradox. Seems like you can't learn. See, atmo means air. Air is a gas. Sphere is a shape. Gases have no inherent shape. If you think they do, you would literally fail. Literally fail. First grade, intro to gas behavior. You think that's hyperbole? Shout out to McToon and his can't even say hyperbole. Let's go. Might as well bring it out since I've been talking about it. You guys probably don't believe me. Go to drafts. Now, where would I have that? I would have Christy Bodak. Pull it up, motherfucker. 1 second. Why is my computer going? Hold on a second. Getting that hot. All right, now we're back. Where are you, Christy? From Southwestern University. Where are you, girl? Come on, show yourself. Aha! There she is. Right there. So if he thinks gases have shapes like the atmosphere, from Christy Bodak, Southwestern University.edu, grade level, I will use this lesson with a first grade fucking class. If an object is in a gaseous state of matter, it will not have a definite shape or a definite volume. That's what I was talking about before, ladies and gentlemen. He would fail intro to first grade gas behavior. There you have it.
Stellarium will accurately predict the moment.
Stellarium's not predicting shit. You don't know what predictions are either. You would fail along with first grade intro to gas behavior, third grade intro to general science. You're a fuckstick.
Moment of occlusion, and it will be,
the only thing that's occluding is that eye you have that allows that caper-sized piece of horse shit to fall out of that skull that lets the rain come in.
The timing of that occlusion, if you're using UTC, it'll accurately tell you.
Now we're on UTC time. That sounds sciencey.
At what UTC you're going to get to the angle that mountain.
You got to get the UTC time for that angle, baby. Off of flat Earth, by the way.
Peak was at that you measured. All of that completely conforms to the flat Earth.
All of that completely conforms to a flat, just the angle, just the elevation angle. And of course, we live on a flat Earth, so I guess you're right. All that is flat Earth, yes.
So I'm completely lost as to what they're trying.
Yeah, that should be the title of your autobiography. I'm completely lost.
Trying to say with the celestial theodolite.
Hold on, Dave. Do you remember what Danny just said? So you basically.
Do you remember what Danny just said? Was that rhetorical? Are you going to allow him to answer?
Yeah, you basically just provided the example that Danny was talking about. Where
he provided the example Danny was talking about. What example? He just bumbled and fumbled and stumbled his way into a nothing burger.
You're basically incorporating atmospheric refraction
That doesn't exist, and the first word's a paradox.
for the observer to the mountain peak, and then also from the mountain peak to the star.
So that's the second refraction. So we got two it's like a refraction sandwich.
That's what Danny was saying. You're doing it twice. You're overshooting it with celestial refraction.
No way.
That's why we don't care about the observer to the mountain peak, right?
I do, because he's right here. You see the observer and the mountain peak? You see this right-angled triangle right here? You see, I'd like you to focus, beasticles, you dumbass cracker, on this line down here. Right there, that one. This beautiful line right here. It's called the adjacent of the right-angled triangle. Welcome to Flat Earth, baby. See, you could stop right there and prosecution rests, and it's all over. It's all over. You can go back to sniffing glue.
But that's the problem. The prosecution never rests.
Yeah, it's paused.
Yeah.
Paused.
Sorry, Neil. You go ahead, man. I'll talk after you.
He was just giving color commentary to what I said.
Okay. Yeah. They said they don't care about the angle from the observer to the top of the mountain or whatever. That's the only winning part. That is the killer. That's the kill shot.
Yeah.
I was not.
Why are you going at anything else?
To that.
Shut up, Neil. Let Brian finish concluding my point.
Yeah, why? Like if Nathan is listening to this, he's going to be shouting at the computer. It's like, that is the thing. That's the killer. That's the prover and the disprover. Yep. Why is that thing you don't care about? You know what I mean? That's bizarre for me. Thank you.
Yep.
Can I speak now?
You can always speak.
But what I'm trying to say is, basically what you said. The prosecution never rests where it's supposed to rest.
Yep.
And they just keep going on and on and on and on. And I'm getting a little annoyed with this shit.
A little annoyed. You've been getting annoyed for a long time. What's gonna happen at the end of the annoying, or is the annoying gonna continue indefinitely?
I guess it's gonna continue till I go insane.
I'm surprised that when he asked if he could speak now, that as soon as he started, you didn't tell him to shut up, Neil.
I'm still waiting for the Robert De Niro one. Will you shut up?
No. I got 2 words for you.
Yeah, that was funny.
Shut the up.
That's actually the control. That's supposed to be the unknown. Right?
What's the control? This isn't an experiment, glue sniffer.
And we're supposed to derive the distance, right?
Derive the distance. Deriving distances are not hypotheses or experiments. You idiot.
That triangle.
The triangle. That's the winning point. That's it. Right here. Let's see if he catches it. He doesn't know what a triangle is.
From the observer to the mountain peak to the base of the mountain, right?
That's it. That's the game. Welcome to Flat Earth should be the next thing that comes out of your mouth.
That triangle is the unknown to Stellarium.
Oh, come on, really?
The triangle's the unknown variable to Stellarium. That's profound. They should be making statues of you, singing songs. Idiot. Is that it? That's all you got? No, we're back to Jake on the plane.
Unknown to Stellarium?
What?
Stellarium doesn't know how far away you are from the mountain peaks.
Why didn't you tell? I thought you put the observer in Stellarium. Remember that? You forgot that part.
unless you actually tell it.
Tell it. Can you tell something to Stellarium and it responds?
So if you tell Stellarium where
I guess so.
you are, then yeah, of course you're gonna get the globe.
Hey, Stellarium. I'm at Walmart.
Answer. What we're doing is we're.
Do you know the answer? I'm at Walmart. What am I gonna buy next? Let's see if it gets it right. It's more fun. That question's more fun than this intellectual discussion.
We're trying to compare it. We're trying to see if that's actually accurate to reality by using when the star gets occluded by the mountain.
What you're doing has no relation to what we're trying to put forth with the mutually exclusive output, right? What you're doing is what everyone does, looking at mountains for all of history.
What?
For all of recorded time, nothing to do with what
all of recorded time. What about all of recorded UTC time?
But I do appreciate that you bring it up each and every time, and in that super slow.
Well, I can't get a straight answer on it. That's the part.
Straight answer on what? You didn't ask a coherent question. You can't answer an incoherent question. It doesn't work that way. That's why you're not getting an answer.
I've said that to you,
you just got a straight answer. You got a straight answer.
Did he get an answer? What was the answer?
Just don't want to accept it.
Danny, you're an astrophysicist.
What? Let's go back.
You got a straight answer. You got a straight answer. You just don't want to accept it.
Danny, you're an astrophysicist.
No, he's not. Danny's not an astrophysicist. He's an astronomer. Now, they're sister disciplines, but very different. Let's see. Wait a second. I haven't heard from Danny in a while. I forgot Danny was even there. Let's see if Danny doth protest or he steals some valor here. Interesting, huh? Let's hear that again.
Straight answer. You got a straight answer. You just don't want to accept it.
Danny, you're an astrophysicist. Does that answer make any sense to you?
As an astrophysicist, Danny, which you're not, does that answer make any sense to you? That's not doesn't have anything to do with physics?
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to sort through this.
Oh, so nope, he doesn't doth protest. So you steal some valor there, Danny. Let's check it. Is an astronomer astrophysicist? While there is historical distinction, today astronomer and astrophysicist are largely interchangeable terms. I stand corrected. I was on this historical distinction.
I didn't know that myself.
Well, let's get some more answers. One of the main differences, it's over right there.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get. No, I didn't want the terms astronomer and astro often used interchangeably by morons. However, Swinburne University of Technology. Why would they be swingborn on in here on a topic they shouldn't be in? The terms astronomer and astrophysicist are often used interchangeably. However, there is a difference between the two. I mean, they're both pseudosciences, but let's see what the difference. Where's the rest of it? An astrophysicist. Wait a second. An astrophysicist might study galaxies, planets, stars, or other celestial objects. Black Swan says whose PhD in dead stars. An astrophysicist might look back to the beginning of the universe. Who is that astrophysicist? Doc Brown. How is he looking back? I'd like to get a pair of those goggles. That's some serious ass goggles right there.
Some Howard pipe hitting astrophysicist.
Astrophysics versus astronomy. The terms astronomer and astrophysics. This is where we're at. The terms astronomer, and astrophysicists are often used interchangeably. However, there's a difference between the two. Astronomers are traditionally observers, says Dr. Allen. They look at the night sky and collect data about objects in the universe. Astrophysics includes astronomy, but is a bit more than that. Astrophysicists analyze this data and try to make sense of it using physics. There's the difference. So AI, you're full of shit. And Danny is guilty of stolen valor.
I was just going to say that. He didn't correct the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So up yours, Danny.
Yeah, if one of these, they're saying that it's.
Who's saying? Who's there?
Literally,
this is Jake's answer. Hold on, I'm gonna interrupt.
Shut the hell up, Beasticles. We want to hear what Jake on the plane, what his dumbass is saying.
You, dude, because you keep.
Yeah, you're interrupting. Shut up.
Keep doing this, and it's really annoying.
He's not keep doing it. He just started talking. Or unless he's come in here a bunch of times and done it before. That's what he may be referencing that.
This is Jake's answer. Why not just take a theodolite to the mountain peak and get an angle? Because that's not what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, the whole point of making an observation of it being included is that it leads to a mutually exclusive angle. Taking a look and just looking through.
That leads to a mutually exclusive angle. That sounds sciencey.
That'll
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Is Jake asking them to go out and measure the angular size of the mountain?
No.
Jake,
No, I don't think so. No. Nope. That's not what I got.
It's hard to know what any of them are talking about.
Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. But I don't think that's the case, no.
In fact, isn't mutually
What's
exclusive.
the mutually?
Right?
What is the mutually exclusive angle that we're getting through the celestial theodolite? I don't understand.
Yeah, well, it's amazing that you've heard the 77 times. You don't understand,
It
but
still doesn't make any sense.
Damn, he's heard it 77 times? It's the Shane St. Fraud counting. So obviously Jake's been in here a bunch of times. So I get the impression that they're sick of him.
Sense to me.
Well, we're doing a prediction based on.
No, you're not doing any predictions. There's no hypotheses here.
What we know, right? So we construct arctan rise over run to get the elevation.
Here's the arctan rise over run. That sounds sciencey.
We know the distance. For that computes an angle. We get.
You know the distance, and that computes an angle. What? Huh? That doesn't make any damn sense. Wouldn't you just measure the angle?
Get a prediction of angle.
You don't get a prediction of an angle, you glue sniffer.
It's our angle from the globe.
It's not your angle, it's an angle. No one possesses it.
You take that angle, subtract geometric earth drop, and add in refraction.
Why are you subtracting earth drop and adding that thing that doesn't exist then?
Or do your smaller triangle. Either way.
Oh my God. What time is it?
It's 10 past
10 past, yep. I'm looking at it right now. It's almost time. Go.
Yeah. Hey, from what I just heard there, this guy Shane has detailed an angle. Now, we don't know what this mutual angle, whatever that's one. But then he talked about an angle on a globe, right? That's an angular measurement, an angular elevation angle measurement on a globe. And he said, subtract the drop amount or something, let's say the curve amount.
You got to subtract the geometric. You got to subtract, tell you what he said. You got to subtract the geometric drop and add in refraction.
Yeah. So not only is he giving them some nonsense refraction that doesn't exist, and he's giving them an angular size, he's literally giving them parallel verticals and horizontal distance.
Yes.
Yep. What's going on with these people?
Water.
You have to at least, if you're going to...
Super chat.
Yeah, he said that really low, but he was trying to tell me something else. Sorry. Pablo sent, we are going to need to train AI with the FE book.
Yeah, that's what's going to need to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, Pablo, but you're right. Yep, thanks for the super chat, man. Go ahead, continue, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, like, the number one most important thing to point out is that no matter what they try to do geometrically, they don't have a horizontal plane of reference. Because they're claiming the Earth's not flat, and they don't have parallel zeniths. Now, they also don't have any angular sides because they don't have perspective.
Exactly.
But even if you allow them to do that, it's not going to make. They also don't have this terrestrial refraction. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like a fish paper handing them. So,
yeah.
Like how hard or can I enable you? That's all I'm hearing.
Yep. That's been the whole way. I've about had it. Yep. Yeah, go ahead and order. Get and 1 mushroom. 2, 1 pepperoni, 1 mushroom. Back again. Guess what that is? That's Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut personal pan pizzas, $2 a piece. It's 2 for Tuesday, baby. Just like last week. Shout out to Flatsy. Did you do it?
No, we didn't end up doing it because we needed more than they were offering. You could only get a certain amount for the order.
How many do you want?
There's like 6 people that live here.
Oh. Yeah, that would probably be problematic. Yeah. But I'm ordering 2. My son's ordering 2. That's only 4. We're good. All right. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? About that time. You know what I mean?
Hold on 1 second.
Any final thoughts? Oh, yeah,
Yes,
hold on.
Just give me a second.
All right. Oops.
Super chat.
Super personal pan pizzas.
Sasha.
Pizza.
Sasha sent, which angle is my, should I ask, Merstellarium?
Say that one more time.
My pizza is my favorite.
Mr. I think
Pizza's my favorite.
Yeah.
He's talking about his favorite pizza.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Sasha said, which angle is my, should I ask Mr. Stellarium? I said Mer.
Well, what time are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What time were you?
What time was I? 37 kilograms.
That's it. That's the right answer.
Degrees.
That's the crux of the biscuit, baby. All right. Any other final thoughts before we take off for today? I guess not. Flatsy, take us home.
Thanks for coming out today, guys, and hope you have a great one. Taking us home real quick.
Did he?
Step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Earth's so flat, plain, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Sharon said it first, now I'm chasing the truth. First wanna know, is he shilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they say you know me, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the fight. With this line, Home Depot got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth day saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies. Earth is life, Home Depot got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth day saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. Go home.